We now go to some random guy. Is this what you've decided to wear today? What a disaster. Are you sure you want to wear that? Have a second thought. We now go to the annual snail race to see the progress of the annual snail race of 1997. Oh, it's heating up. Wow. Hold on to your seats, folks. This could get ugly. And now it's time for Have Your Say, where the audience gets to have their say on matters concerning the nation. I'm just saying it takes 5 seconds to put it down. I forgot, I'm sorry. It's up to you, audience. Who's in the wrong? Go away. Get out of my house. Oh, it's a tough one. I don't know. Not putting it down is just bad manners, if you ask me. But we're asking for your opinion. Call in now and have your say. Well, that's the end of today's show, folks. Thank you for watching. Good night. Hold on. Where's my name? In the credits. What's this? Who's this guy? I'm supposed to be there. I'm the star anchor. Get the boss on the phone. Who's responsible for this? I'm the #1 anchor in this country. Oh, I'm surrounded by amateurs. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cat News. Well, today's first story, we're going to a melon competition. Riveting stuff. Hey, looks like we've got a winner. Next up, looks like we've got a break-in. Let's go live to the car park right now. Hang on. That's my car. You can ride home on my bike with me. Shut up, Brian. Oh well, the show must go on. It's what my producers are telling me. It's not like it's their car being broken into. Next up is our food critic, with a review. I think that speaks for itself. We're back after that break. Now we're at some museum. Let's go live to Todd right now. Yes, we're at the Nondescript Museum. And I'm standing next to the 2 most expensive vases in the world. The most expensive vase in the world. Ladies, this next segment is for you. Because we're interviewing the most handsome man from a 5 feet distance. Whoa, hey, don't get too close. A bit further back. A bit further back. A quick one right now. Local cat turns 30. A museum opens to commemorate old museums that no one went to. Yeah, I just think it's great for the community. I can't wait to not go. Cat declared genius after answering early game show question right. Cat retains genius title by changing the channel. A cat falls asleep calmly to the intrusive thoughts torturing him each night. And here's a feel-good story. Struggling chef breaks record with tiniest meal in the world. Delusional cat sellout tour. Tickets sold out. Is that my car? Well, looks like Halloween's come early. Welcome to the show, folks. For today's first story, looks like we've got a car accident. Looks pretty ugly. Oh, we have an official statement. What did you say to me? Over here and say that to my face. I'll knock you out. Say that to my face. Go on. Go on. Yeah, I didn't think so. No, that's diplomacy. We have another statement coming in. It reads, what was that? A new employee, enthusiastic about his new soul-sucking job. So what made you think you were the right fit for the job? Get out your candles, because we've got a special interview coming up. It's not often you get to talk to someone who's 100 years old. Here we are, outside Mr. Davidson's house. Let's knock on the door and talk to him. In today's investigative reporting, who ate the last muffin? We're going live to the staff room to confront this thief. No, criminal. What do you have to say for yourself? Man talks loudly on phone to keep away crushing loneliness. Man owns largest collection of books in the country. Hasn't read any of them. We got an escalating situation here. This cat hasn't given sufficient praise to his mother-in-law's cooking. It's almost like he doesn't like it. Well, let's see what we have to say about that. What's the matter? Not good enough, huh? Man gives himself terrible haircut to get ahead of fashion trends. Heartwarming. Man relives football dreams after watching last night's game. Hero tackles old woman who cut in line. Is awarded the Medal of Honor. Makes you proud to be part of this country. Well, for this next interview, we've got a great guest. Who do you think you are? Kevin? Have you always done this? Done what? You're being evasive. You have something to hide. Have I got the wrong station? You can't run away forever. Cult leader admits things got out of hand. And now for our film review segment. This week, whatever his name is, has seen a new horror film. You're saying it's good. It's bad. It's mediocre. You're saying it's the film to see this Halloween. Well, it's always amazing talking to you. It's been a pleasure. And that's why you paid for every word. There you go, folks. That's a recommendation. A retail worker lives among the most obnoxious customers. An amazing coincidence. Good evening. Cat News is back. For our first story, minimalism, a new trend among youth as they move into their new cupboards. Some say this new lifestyle trend is just an excuse to deal with being broke. But not this guy in denial. I feel more in sync with myself than ever. Who needs furniture? Or knives and forks? Your pet doesn't. You're really making the case there. Back to you at the station. Our next story, free spirit with no destination, kicked off boss. World stops to hear man's interesting opinion. Man who received news of a lifetime takes a lifetime to process it. The least educated generation is rewriting the rules on spelling. Nations' immaturity levels tipping the scales. Much like your mom. Tragedy hits as onlookers blown away by hurricane. They couldn't believe it. Well, until they were blown away. Man who just reached the top of Mount Everest could have been having a barbecue right now. Vampire sees his reflection after cleaning century of dust off mirror. Man ends a lifetime of dancing with the splits. That's all we have time for this episode. Thank you. See you next time. Good evening. We're back. This is Cat News. We're getting right into the story today. A former arsonist lights fire on the school students. Looking at the economy now, motivational speaker disillusioned as he is faced with getting a real job. Man haunted by ugly face, spotted in every one of his photographs. Neighbor at 2 a.m. has the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard. Senseless. Clown mauled over a pair of shoes. We have a picture of the suspect. Generous soul shares lunch with pigeon every day. Adult found trapped in school locker. Please identify him as a nerd. Mime suspect breaks silence to plead the fifth in ongoing court case. Judges replaced by old game show wheel amid government cutbacks. Beauty pageant judge career ended after being blinded by beauty. It's a crazy world out there. And the news never ends. Hi, back again. We start on a sad note today. A missing person. We have an image and we hope anyone with any information will call in. Meditating man achieves enlightenment by ignoring everyone. Man whose internet went out now understands suffering. Athlete takes pointers from 55-year-old with self-inflicted chronic illnesses. New advancements in telescopes. What a time to be alive. Emotional trauma captured in crystal clear quality. With the brand new phone from Cat Technologies, available in all stores now. Something close to home now. A riot took place last night in a leafy suburb. Reports say it was carnage. Among the casualties was an eyesore of a fence blocking the view of the lake. Ugly man who went out to get some beauty sleep enters coma. We're rebooting the movie segment, so stay tuned for that. You won't want to miss it. Delusional man accepts awards on behalf of famous actors. Enters the Hall of Fame. What talent. 2,000-year-old drawings found in archaeological dig. Are terrible. You're the best. You're the best. Don't look at me like that. This is the most stressful job in the world. Okay, I'm ready. This is Cat News on the air. Student just doesn't have it in him today. Good fortune, a terrorist plot has been prevented by a traffic jam. The mayor has been celebrated for his negligence of crumbling highways. Man sees a stalker only when he looks in a mirror. A concerning rise in dyscalculia. Say that 5 times fast. Just doesn't add up. Scientists are baffled. Therapist who told me I have a paranoid personality has a hidden motive. I'm onto you. What's that? My producer is telling me not to bring my personal life on the air. This is news. I'm reporting on a quack who shouldn't be practicing. He has it out for me. Unprofessional. Protesters spotted outside this studio, slandering us. Cat News sucks. Cat News sucks. Cat News sucks. I'm more informed than ever. Now look at some amazing beachfront property. Wow, I can just smell the ocean. Some guy entrusted with nuclear security of the nation. We're in good hands. Caricature artist goes out of business in Cat City. It's rough out there, and I'm not talking about the economy. Voices in man's head give sound advice. Applicant who hates his life is perfect candidate for the job. In today's news, no news. Nothing ever happens in this town. Oh, hang on. I'm receiving something in my headphone. Yep, Cat Town is in crisis. This is terrible. We're back, and now to Janine, who's going to tell us how to make toast on a budget. I think we're going to need that now. This is Cat News. It's a slow news day. We don't have anything. So here's a picture of me playing the violin. I'm a virtuoso. Really. You had to be there to hear how beautiful it was. People were crying. You held people hostage. You can't even play violin. Shut up. And that picture was taken in your living room. Stop cutting to the light sky. This has been Cat News. Thank you, and good night. The light's not the only thing going out after this. And now, the weatherman again. It's going to be sunny. Ow! It's so blinding. Ah! Cover your eyes, everyone. Don't go outside. Oh. Someone moved the studio light. It's going to be mild. We fired the sound guy. Hello, this is Cat News. There's a Christmas sale down at the mall. Let's go see what some lucky people have got for themselves. What a haul. Folks, we have a special guest tonight. That's right, an alien. Wow, I have to say, this is history in the making on Cat News. It's an amazing day, not just for us, but for everybody. I'd just like to say, on behalf of Cat News, Cat Town, and the world, the warmest of welcomes. I bet traffic was bad, huh? Hey man, did you take my parking space? Excuse me, don't you understand what's happening here? How special this day is? For our ratings? And the world? Yeah, hold your horses. This guy took my space. You can't do that, man. Look, can you calm down? We're on the air right now. I'm not leaving until he moves that flying toaster. A short episode of Cat News today. I've got a date with Destiny. She's my surgeon. I'm getting my cataracts removed. So here's a stand-in for today's show. It's like I never left. This is Cat News. Welcome. We have a special guest today, a doctor. Because today, we're talking about health. The body. No, not mine. The mind. And how to stay healthy. Doctor, please make us healthy. What's this? You're pointing at the slide you've made? It reads, eat healthy. Doctor, what kind of food should we be eating? You say, healthy foods. Whoa, slow down there, Doc. I've got to write this down. Okay, and what about our minds? I see. That's the picture of sanity if I've ever seen it. One more question. How do you know so much? That was the enigmatic doctor there, keeping us healthy. Join us next time when we'll be talking to a dentist. You won't guess who it is. Hi, here on Cat News today, a new car designed to take in the sights. With a maximum speed of 4 miles per hour. We go to Bob, our reporter, with the story. Yes, when people think of cars, they think fast, going places. Well, at Cat Cars, we like to think a little differently. We're going slow, going nowhere, much like our customers' lives. Do you expect to corner the market on this trailblazing new concept? Well, we haven't started making it yet. It's still in the concept phase, but we're expecting to have a release date in the near distant future. Sounds great. We like to think of it as a vacation in your car when you're kicked out to the motel. Well, I'm sure our viewers are eager to get in on this. This is Bob, reporting for Cat News. Back to the studio. Well, there you go. You'll be cruising through your midlife crisis into your late life crisis, in style. I think I'm headed there in a sports car. The mic is still on. In recent news, the town council has invited a celebrity to come visit us and put us on the map. We're back after a commercial break. I'm sorry to inform Cat citizens that the celebrity can't make it, as they couldn't find Cat Town on the map. So the runner-up to the local mall talent competition will be filling in. It's Cat News. I'm still stuck in this chair. It doesn't even have wheels on it. You know what I want for Christmas? Some dignity. And a new chair. Why didn't you ask for a new back? I've got used to sitting down now. It's a change from my younger years. And they say youth is wasted on the young. Shouldn't we do a story? Oh yeah. Kids won't be getting their presents this year due to rising obesity levels. I guess Christmas dinner will be a consolation. Another episode in the bag. Thank you, and good night. I wish I was paid in money bags. I wish I was paid. Hey, welcome back to Cat News. Was that subliminal programming subtle? Why don't you just make a quality show? Earn an audience that way. When has that ever worked? In today's show, we speak to a concerned citizen whose trash bin keeps being stolen and returned when he leaves it out on the street. It's like they're trying to torture my mind. Getting in there, making me doubt myself. It's horrible. I just want to know what kind of sad person would do this. Will we ever get to the bottom of this mystery? Do you want to be cool, viewer? That's the question we're asking today on Cat News. Trust me, you do. Well, here's the guy to tell you how. Please welcome this guy. What's your name again? Wow. Now when I imagine cool, that's what I think. Well, he's obviously too cool to speak to me. Now that is cool. Join us next time on Cat News, when we'll show you how to survive the apocalypse. A horrible story. Cat Burger is removing the burger from their menu. I knew this day would come. I won't stand for it, or anything. We sent our intrepid reporter out on the scene. Can I just ask, why are you taking this off the menu? My manager said it's not selling. Do you realize the suffering you're causing? The heart attack lawsuit is still ongoing. There hasn't been a verdict. I met my boss. He loves that cat burger. You have a serviceable menu here, but that cat burger is a bright spot. I have no control over this, sir. I make $5 an hour. Oh yeah? Well, take control. Reverse this decision immediately. Can we get security down here? You'll feel the wrath of the most watched news station in this lowly populated town. We're coming for you. Hello, and welcome to Cat News. Next is our new segment. Join us on a wonderful journey of Who Do You Think You Are? I'm here for you to examine my DNA and send me into a journey into my past. Who do you think you are? Huh? Do you think you're special? Coming here like you deserve all this attention? What's going on? Some people, man, I swear. I think I'm gonna leave. Yeah, go. Who does that guy think he is? An enlightening segment there. Tune in next time. In today's news, no news. Nothing ever happens in this town. Oh, hang on. I'm receiving something in my headphone. Yep, Cat Town is in crisis. This is terrible. We're back, and now to Janine, who's going to tell us how to make toast on a budget. I think we're going to need that now. A special edition framed picture of the momentarily forever popular boy band is now on sale. Apparently there's only one. Coming up next we have Janine, with the dish you need so you never invite to those dinner parties again. Breaking news is what we do here at Cat News. Sorry, I hope it didn't put you on edge. Up next, we're all gonna die. Or so say some scientists. I'm being told by my producer to respect science. How about this? I'll respect science when we have time travel. And then I'll travel back in time and not respect science. You need a haircut, is what this new hairdresser in Cat Town is saying. Our reporter with the story now. Yes, we're here with Robin, who's just set up shop in Cat Town. You're bringing something new into this neighborhood. Yeah, after pushing style out. Watch out for the wind, it'll ruin your hair. And now we go to Cooking with Janine. Is there anything that woman can't make? What a talent. Huh? Oh. It's raining. What will we do without you? So we'll be getting a light shower today. Over here. And over there. Oh yeah, and a tornado. I'd wear a coat. The Cat Town market is crashing. Luckily my salary remains unaffected. Our reporter is at the scene. We now go to a graph showing this chaos. This seems pretty serious. Oh look, I found a coin down the side of the couch. The economy has rebounded. Wow, I wonder what did that. A short episode of Cat News today. I've got a date with Destiny. She's my surgeon. I'm getting my cataracts removed. So here's a stand-in for today's show. It's like I never left. Hi and welcome to Cat News. We're back. Our first story of today. Reformed burglar becomes an interior decorator. We love a comeback story here. And in other news, 56-year-old Pat Jenkins has been burgled. It's getting rough round here. Next, that noise coming from the basement is just the sound of parents' disappointment. One man's debilitating fear of spiders was cured by a new fear of lions after an exposure therapy session in the lion exhibit. This is Cat News. An identity thief wants to leave his past life behind him and start a new one. Once-in-a-generation flood ruins man's days without bathing record attempt. A new gem has gone missing. I wonder where that went. If anyone knows, shut up. Revolution against corrupt society doesn't go ahead after contested but fair vote. Fountain of Youth found. One word. Denial. Next up, fashion tips. Will this dress make you feel beautiful? Yes, when I try it on. A sad story. Rising star's career stopped short after being hit by a shooting star. And that's the Television Awards. Doesn't he look so happy? I bet he feels so special after the 70th award is given out. Some good news. The annual fireworks display was saved by a bachelor attempting a shepherd's pie. Stick to the microwave. The business report now. Amazing restaurant that leaves customers speechless. Shuts down after a lack of reviews. They just couldn't create that buzz. I went there myself. It was... You had to be there. Past tense. Generous man gives check after prolonged exchange. I think I'm tearing up. Ancient tomb discovered next to convenience store. What a find. New train from rough area to nice area shuts down after only being used once. UFO spotted in altercation with flying sleigh ruins bystanders' credibility. It will continue to be a mystery. Who's gonna believe that? Hi, it's Cat News. It's been a great year, hasn't it? Do you like the decorations? I did them myself. It took me hours. I think I've done my back end. Look at me. Look at me. I can't stand up. Don't turn off the channel, 'cause I'll come for you. You'll feel the pain I'm feeling. That's right. Sadness. And a pinched nerve. Have a good evening. I think that was a good show. Hi, and welcome to the Cat News Headline Roundup. A scientist has discovered something amazing. $50 in that jacket he hasn't worn in years. Tragedy strikes as customers don't return from a once-in-a-lifetime cruise. Are hospital waiting times too long? We'll find out someday. Someone was seen speeding 120 miles per hour down the highway. Luckily no one saw me. And finally, shrinkflation. Due to costs associated with making tinned beans, you'll only find one bean in each tin. This has been the Headline Roundup from Cat News. Have a good day. Hello, and welcome to Cat News. This is today's Headline Roundup. Now, a nice story to start the day off. And it's a personal one. Because I've been voted Employee of the Month. Thank you, thank you. Okay, settle down. I'd like to thank everyone for voting for me. Next, a new boat. It isn't relevant. I just wanted to show off my new boat. Okay, now let's get serious. A boat has recently been stolen. If you have any details, please send it to my paper shredder. Thank you. In other news, democracy has fallen, as no one voted. So whoever stands up from the couch first takes power. I guess we'll be waiting for the next election then. And finally, we think the snail from 1992 has finally crossed the line. Oh, no, it's a mistake. Sorry, He's still there. Sorry to get you excited. Hi, it's Cat News, and here are today's headlines. A victim of a burglary is distraught after having found that nothing was stolen. The victim was too embarrassed for an interview. Local man Ian's fashion sense has gone missing. If you can find it, please return it to lost property, which we will then burn. Next up, a man is suing a water park as a water slide collapsed on the way down. Water park officials are countersuing, arguing that the slide accomplished what it said it would. Something spooky now. A haunted mansion is for sale, as the previous owners are tired of haunting people. Now they're retiring to haunt people with the prospect of a mundane future. In dreams, you will succeed in middle management forever. And finally, a timeless watch has been returned after it was found to not tell the time. And that's the end of today's headlines. Thank you for watching. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. We've got 4 major stories for you today, so let's get into it. First, something amazing. A man has recently time traveled. Reports are saying he fell asleep in 2023 and woke up in 2024. You can't explain that. Next, protesters are being protested by protesters, claiming that staging so many protests is confusing the message. What do we want? Health insurance. Somebody to love me. The nation is in peak shape with gym memberships up at record levels. And that shape is round, as obesity rates eclipse last year's. And the sun. And finally, a florist was overwhelmed when she saw so many people bringing her flowers. It truly was a beautiful moment. I'd know, I was there, until she realized they were returning them for a refund. This has been the major stories for today. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. And here are today's 3 major stories. Man leaving his hometown for a brighter future flies into the sun. He will be missed. A new horror film has come out. A woman got a fright when she saw the weirdo sitting next to her. I thought it was a good film. And finally, a museum commemorating the TV industry is opening this weekend. You'll be able to see all your favourite actors from that show you ruthlessly changed the channel on. This has been the 3 major stories for today. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. Our first story of today: fraud, is what people say to me. Here's our reporter with the story. I've just been thinking back on life. Like, how did I get to this? The high school yearbook wasn't his. If you have any information on the whereabouts of this criminal, please call in. Back to the studio. A travel expert has travelled so extensively, he's forgotten where he lives. And next up, there's something attacking a city. Greed. And a giant octopus attacking a town hall. Maybe I shouldn't have ordered that at the sushi place last night. And finally, Cat News just keeps going up, up, and up. We have to rent a room upstairs because it is cheaper. And that's it for today's major stories. If you'll excuse me, I've got an octopus to eat. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. We've got 3 major stories today. First, the finance minister shows everyone the economy is fine as he makes a speech from the podium made out of cardboard. Next up, an art piece commissioned by the government to honour a local hero is unveiled. Majestic. And tragedy as the "screw you guys, I'm leaving" helicopter was mistaken for the rescue helicopter. This has been the major stories for today. Hi, today we've got 3 major stories. A contestant at the annual game show has won an amazing opportunity to win a prize. Too bad she went home empty-handed. High school. Is it ever really over? Yes it is. You're 30. Move on, is what I tell my brain every morning. And finally, archery. Is it a useful skill? It is when your enemies are running away. And that was today's 3 major stories. Thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back. This one's more of a riddle, posed to the audience. If there's a musician playing in the woods, and there's no one there to hear him, should he retire? Next up, the town is holding a Renaissance fair to hide the fact their produce is out of date. Authentic. The police have stated they have no budget to tackle rising crime, as it all went on a new cafeteria. This has been today's 3 major stories. Thank you for watching. This is Cat News. Welcome back. And now a quick message from the Cat Health Department. Don't go outside. Thank you for keeping us safe. It has never been this cold. Sarah refuses to put the heating on. I can't feel my face. I'll see you next time. On Cat Travel today, our destination is this beach. Now, it's not the best place in the world, but it'll do. I'm just gonna put this box here. I think that will make a nice bed. I'm going to bed now. I'll see you later. We go to our travel reporter now, who's standing outside the volcano. Hi, Cat News travel reporter here. And I'm standing by a volcano. It has a rich history, and it's set to go off every 1,000 years. My producer has just told me the 1,000th anniversary is today. I'll have to get her a gift. Has it been that long? This is the Cat News travel reporter, signing off. Back to the studio. I swear I saw a gift shop on the way up. I'm sitting here at home. In my car. And it's raining. Badly. Hi, I'm the Cat News weather reporter here. Saving you from having to look out the window. Well, it's raining. My job is over for today. Until next time. Oh no, it's a cop. I just found this spot. Hi, Cat News weather reporter here. This wind is severe. So severe that it's blowing my hair off. You're always bald. It's cutting out. You're not coming through. I'm standing right in front of you. What was that? I can't hear you. I'm afraid it's cut out. This has been Cat News weather. Back to the studio. Where's my wig? Welcome to Cat News weather. It's going to be pretty cold tonight, so I'd wear an extra blanket. If I had one. And tomorrow will be very windy. Too bad I parked my car next to a cliff. Welcome to Cat weather. It's gonna be raining again, so I'm afraid your plans are off for tonight. I'm a social butterfly. Honestly, I don't even believe it myself. Another night of playing board games alone. I'll see you later. It's looking sunny out there. I wouldn't go outside. Hi, Cat weather reporter here. Telling you not to go outside. It isn't worth it. There's nothing to gain from going outside. Oh, right. I need to stop letting my problems bleed into my work. Go out then. I don't care. I'll see you next time. Hi, it's time for the weather. Cat weather, to be precise. As you can see, it's... What is that? Who drew that? Is that a puddle? I think that's rain. I guess it's a mystery. Well, there's a bit of excitement in your life there, folks. I'll see you next time. This was voted the most informative weather program in the nation, you know. Yeah, 10 years ago. I'm the time-traveling weatherman. My power's going back to the past. It rained yesterday. Well, it's not very useful then, is it? I had to put something on my resume. Hi, Cat News weather reporter here. And it's going to be cold. And a little chilly today. Like my heart. I'm not bitter. I'm moving on. I'm being a better person. No, you can't keep that limited edition boy band framed picture. It's sentimental. I feel better now. Have a nice day, everyone. Hi, this is the Cat News traffic report here. The local economy has come to a halt due to this disruption. This one road connects all supply lines into the town. The town founder was a genius. Officials are currently putting their best mind together to solve this dilemma. This has been Cat News Traffic Report. Back to the studio. Now if I could just get past this box. This is Cat News. Welcome back. And now a quick message from the Cat Health Department. Don't go outside. Thank you for keeping us safe. It has never been this cold. Sarah refuses to put the heating on. I can't feel my face. I'll see you next time. On Cat Travel today, our destination is this beach. Now it's not the best place in the world, but it'll do. I'm just gonna put this box here. I think that will make a nice bed. I'm going to bed now. I'll see you later. Welcome to Cat News Reports. And now we go to our reporter, Kevin. Hi, Kevin here. Now today we're going to be exploring this scurry, old, decrepit, terrible house. Hey, it's next door. Hi, Kevin here. We're going to be exploring this creepy mansion. Now, local tales have said it's been abandoned for 5 minutes. So naturally, we're going to investigate. There's supposedly treasure to be found in here. So that's one of the many motivations for investigating here. It is the main motivation for investigating here. Okay, fine, it's the only reason. Okay, now there seems to be an old creaky door here. Pretty fancy. My house doesn't have doors. Or walls. Let's go inside. After you. Oh man, I feel like I'm going into the void. I wonder if this is what my doctor feels like before my examinations. Of my ears, people, honestly. I see nothing. It's pitch black. Oh yeah, I forgot to open my eyes. Ugh! Look at that wallpaper. Well, I think this is where my reporting ends for today. But we'll be back soon to continue this investigation. Hey, I'm still here. I've just been standing here being visually assaulted by this wallpaper. Let's move on. Oh wow, this must be the dining room. This is a beautiful room. And these must be priceless plates. This is starting to make me hungry. So I'm gonna have to leave it here and see you next time. Now, where's the kitchen? I'm gonna look upstairs. I usually just order out. Welcome back to Cat News. Chess Whiz wins game against himself. Again. How does he do it? We go live to him now. I'm the best. I beat 3 pigeons earlier. And a 3-year-old. I'm 10 steps ahead of everyone.
You can't beat me. Now that's confidence. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of him in the future. This is Cat News, worst internet service provider in the country tells customers to go outside. Hello. Hello. I think it's breaking up. What do you say to your customers who are justifiably upset? I say, get a life. Do you want to elaborate on that? You've got a whole world out there, just waiting to be explored. Your customers are trying to explore the World Wide Web. Think of all the rocks unturned, the enchanted forests, the waterfalls trickling from the heavens. It just seems like you're filibustering to deflect responsibility from providing a poor service. Responsibility? You want to talk responsibility? How about go out and get a job, instead of staying inside all day, on the internet? Well, you're doing a good job of making that happen. Hey, back off, pal. I don't have to put up with this. Where are you going? This interview isn't over. Who are you? Hello, this is customer support. How can I not help you today? Where did your boss go? Hello, I'll be your technician today. Where's your boss? My boss is currently unavailable right now, as he's currently hurtling 80 miles per hour into your front offices. That was Intermittent Technology CEO speaking with us live. And coming up in our next segment, how to steal your neighbor's Wi-Fi. This is Cat News. Scientists have recently discovered 15 new species that are now be eating. Wow. Just look at this scientific breakthrough. Delectable. Almost makes you want to cry while you set up the dinner table. I've always wanted to eat an alien. Well, that was that informative news story. Check back in for more breaking news. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Cat News. A $5,003 watch tells the exact time you wasted your money. The watch comes with multiple features, such as blinding bystanders with its tacky gold coating, and making you a target of local roving thieving gangs, or as I like to call them, kids. And finally, it can tell you the time in 24 different hours, just to remind you of the poor choices you've made in life when the depressive moods hit in at 2 a.m. What a steal. That was Cat News, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Movie aficionado loves movies so much, he watches them in fast forward. The Pembury local tells us that he wants to maximize efficiency so he can watch as many films as possible. Asked what his favourite movies are, he tells us, short ones. And when asked what got him into movies, he tells us, unemployment. Well, it's good to know we have a thriving appreciation for the arts in this nation. Thank you, everyone. Now, don't fast forward through this. Crowd cheers as father gets beloved franchise mascot in a headlock. In today's story, we find out that there are morals for children to learn early in life, and morals for mascots to learn late in life, in the form of pressure applied to vital arteries. I'm sure this mascot will never forget this one. When they wake up, of course. And for the kids, maybe give it a day before asking Dad for another ice cream. This was Cat News. Have a nice day. This is Cat News. Romantic candlelit dinner melts hearts and furniture. We all want some love in life. And is this a heartwarming story? A couple thought they were going to have a night to remember. Well, they achieved that, as they dined on their charred pork chop. It was just a normal night, until they notice their cheap and flammable curtains catch fire. The couple made their escape. When available for an interview, they tell us that they're just happy they have each other. Let's be thankful that's their response, as they have nothing left after losing their possessions in the fire. This was Cat News. Safe and single. This is Cat News. Crisis. overweight man steps up to the plate and eats it. We thought we'd found our unlikely hero at this dire time, but our hopes have been dashed once again. When he said greed will be the end of this society, I didn't think they meant this way. I suggest you run, if you're able, if anyone is these days. Stay safe, everyone. Celebration amidst tragedy, as natural disaster tears down hideous monument. It's been a rough week for citizens of this nation, and even rougher for the eyesore of a statue recently commissioned in the city square. The statue took 10 years to make, with the sculptor asking himself why he even bothered now. If only he asked himself that same question 10 years ago. Remember, folks, there's a silver lining even in the bad times. Have a nice day. It's often said to be the change you want to see in the world, which is why I removed my neighbour's windshield wipers in the early hours of the night. It's also the mantra of one consumer advocate caught on camera as he championed all of our rights to amazing customer service. The incident took place late last night, about the same time I threw the wipers in the trash. The worker had deprived this man of his God-given right to an extra nugget, as written in the menu, which is basically a legal document. If my 4 months of law school taught me anything, the man received his nugget in the end, while the worker received his last paycheck. Thankfully, we have patriots like this man tirelessly fighting for our rights in every deteriorating seedy fast food restaurant across this great nation. Have a nice day, and be sure to berate a customer service worker to remind them the value of earning a buck. Tears as son leaves family home for better life in the garage. It's that day of mixed emotions that every parent expects to go through. Proud to see them leave the nest. Sad to never hear them beyond the jammed-by-foot bedroom door again. But it's something that has to happen for them to gain their independence. Which is why it's gonna feel like only yesterday when you cross paths on the driveway tomorrow morning. I think I'm welling up. People, the economy is struggling. And this is just one example. Who's looking out for the little guy who got blown away last night? Huh? Who's looking out for him? I can tell you, it's not our corrupt politicians. It disgusts me. Where am I going to get a hot dog after work now? Coming up in our next segment, Senator Johnson speaks to us about his amazing career. This is Cat News, and there's an unidentified flying object out there. And I'm not talking about the eggs I threw at your window this morning. Just what could it be? Someone who ought to know is here in the studio to discuss. Dave, thank you for joining us. Tell us, what is going on? I take it from your silence that you're communicating just how much of a mystery this is. Wow, there really is a universe out there beyond my ego. Dave, thank you for being with us today. And thank you, audience. Have a wonderful evening. And if you're watching this on the 10 AM repeat, get a job. Tragedy strikes again. As a patient asking for Dr. Jeff, BA, BSc, MA, MBA, MSc, MFA, JD, PhD, MD, succumbed to his wounds. It's a shame he couldn't reach you in time, as he could have been then referred to another doctor, since Dr. Jeff is terrible. I know this because I now have 1 foot. This was Cat News. Have a nice day. A new wonder drug has recently been invented. Just look at my results, which are unrelated to the new medication. I had a tapeworm, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm thankful for it. Moving on, there's not much information yet on this mystery drug, other than it's available to anyone, anywhere. This was Cat News, now fitting a size 20. Thank you. This is Cat News, and I'm glad we're here today. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to tell you this new story. Maybe at a later date, at least for now. I need time to myself to process it, and to learn to read. Thank you for understanding. Have a nice day. It's often said that you can't run away from your problems. Well, my fugitive status says otherwise. A getaway driver in last night's breaking news story is still on the run, as he doesn't know how to drive. His tragic past will continue to haunt him, at least until he gets a fake passport. We'll keep you updated. This was Cat News, still recovering from my trauma, and have a nice day. Your favorite TV show is coming back from the dead. Literally, we're truly living through the golden age of TV. And now, so is this A-list star. But it has to be asked if this is the correct usage of modern medical advancements. Yes, leave some room on the sofa for me. This was Cat News, changing the channel. This is Cat News. Now, it's crucial to stay safe on the road, which is why I'll be helping new drivers keep on their toes by ramming into them. You might be thinking, how could this be allowed? To which I replied to the police officer, I'll see you on the road. This was Cat News, keeping you safe. Have a nice drive home. It was a sight that was tragic. The destruction of that hairline was like something I've never seen before. There was also the destruction of a generation of people's homes, a path of ruin left in the wake of the tornado. But there was one bright moment. I now didn't have to look at that hairline again, as this victim of male pattern baldness was reunited once again with his wig. This was Cat News. Fashion is serious business, and if you're not fashionable, you shouldn't have rights. That was the opening sentence of my college thesis, which doesn't exist now. The college, this up-and-coming star of the catwalk, is taking things to the next level by showing us all the importance of authenticity. I think I'm feeling inspired. A man with a comically large hand was seen waving yesterday. It caused quite the scene, as everyone waved back, only for it to be revealed that he was waving to his friend, 5,000 miles away, across the Atlantic Ocean. It's a mistake we've all made. Just imagine buying gloves. This was Cat News, about to meet my maker. Can you hear that? That's the sound of the singer's career ending, if it even existed in the first place. Scientists are saying this may be the first time the sound of failure has ever been detectable, as such a vacuum was left after last night's concert. The singer was available for comment, but we didn't want one. And who would? This was Cat News, retiring before my inevitable failure. 80s fitness craze, now believed to be a collective dream, as obesity rates surge. It's not just you. It seems scientists have determined that all that yoga and stretching was all just one big dream, as the numbers simply don't add up. That's not a metaphor. My scales and everyone else's are broken. Doctors have recommended that we eat less and exercise more. I recommend that doctor should shut his mouth and keep his recommendations to himself. You'll have to wrestle my ice cream out of my fat paws. This was Cat News. Blowing the legs out on this chair. It's the last time we'll see him again, as Sean the stuntman has decided to retire mid-flight. He's also left the Earth's stratosphere. His family has asked us all to say goodbye, and to be sure to wear sunglasses while we do. If only Sean had taken similar safety precautions, he'd see that this was a stupid idea. What a tragedy. He had such a promising career. This was Cat News, having a better day than Sean. It's the middle of the most important case that this town has seen. In the biggest corruption scandal since I got my hand caught in the company vending machine. The lawyer can be seen presenting his case now, along with his underwear. How embarrassing. I have the same pair. We'll keep you updated on how all this turns out. And before you ask, no, you can't crash at mine. This is Cat News. People are complaining that the doctors in this town don't know what they're doing. In particular, a caller who contacted us today. To which I say, at least your grandmother got a nice send-off in the season 2 finale. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I said that. That was a spoiler. Hopefully we'll hear less complaining as the casualties mount. This was Cat News, missing Cat Hospital for this. I'll see you later. This is Cat News. Watch out, it's a chicken wing. That was a statement from one of the eyewitnesses, with the other witness losing both of their eyes. So now they're just a witness, which will make this case substantially more difficult when it goes to trial. Frankly, I think the customer was in the wrong. They entered the fast food restaurant and ordered the food. What did they think was going to happen? The restaurant's owner is an honourable man, but that's just my opinion. That hasn't been bought off by a lifetime supply of chicken in a bucket. This was Cat News. I'll see you from the jury. It's a question we all have to reckon with. Should I take that 5th vacation? More on that later. An unambitious kid has told his teacher that he wants to be an adult when he grows up. She told him to aim higher. He replied, he did. You can't argue with that. They say that children are the future. I don't know if anyone believes that, but we need adults. They can't be children forever. Where do they get teachers these days? This was Cat News. Forever Young. What's that behind you? It's the reality TV industry going under. What an amazing journey for these stars. To the unemployment office. We've been haunted by bad TV for years now, and it looks like my communications have finally been heard. Of course, many people have lost their job, which is sad. It should have been all of them. That wasn't me. It was a ghost. See how easy that was? What's that? My producer has just told me that I'm fired too. This was Cat News, about to haunt my ex-boss. It's that time of year again. The next year, after 365 days on the job, this young graduate starting out in his career tells us he's just getting started. Wow, I love the confidence. We asked for further comments, but he told us to leave him alone, and that he'd now lost count and has to start over again. We're lucky to have such productive members of this nation. Thank you for your work. This was Cat News, reporting the stories that matter. It can decide your fate. Yet, it's something we know nothing about. People discovered its powers far in the distant past. 20 years ago and found that it took the responsibility away from condemning someone's life, such as the law of the universe. And who are you to question that? This was Cat News. Coming up next in health, why eating the 5th tin of beans out of the can is bad for you. Save some for me. They're the unsung heroes of our age. They're for us in our darkest moments, while offering us unbelievable deals. When your family and friends are selfishly sleeping at 3 a.m, they're there calling you incessantly, because that's just how much they care. So next time you hear the phone ring, how about you think of them for a change? Thank you, telemarketers, for being there. This was Cat News. Pick up the phone. I have an amazing offer that you don't want to miss out on. It's that time of year again, where we begin our annual diet. Now, people talk about getting to the finish line, achieve your goals, lose weight, put that baguette down and leave the shop. In this culture obsessed with outcomes, I think, and I'm being brave here, we need to celebrate making it to the starting line, because that's where our journey begins. Looking yourself in the mirror and realizing your body doesn't fit in it. So pat yourself on the back when your hand's not occupied by food, because thinking about beginning is the most important part. This was Cat News. Starting my diet tomorrow. The theatres are imploding. More on that attack later. It's been reported that theatre attendance is on a continual decline, with enjoyers of cinema opting for different avenues, mostly by watching through their neighbour's window. It's not just to save money, it's set to foster a sense of community, and I'd know that because I was there last night too. Theatre used to be a shared experience, so come join me tonight as we watch through my neighbour's living room window. This was Cat News, watching that movie with you. Sleep is for the weak, which is why I've been awake now for 14 days. You're really missing out on life with all that sleep. Just look at what a great time I'm having. I'm not weak. Where was I? Oh yeah. I think I've made a solid case for why sleep is the great con of our age. This was Cat News. Not closing my eyes. An aging actor has been taken to hospital after breaking his femur while picking up the phone. Maybe it was finally his big break. It wasn't. The paramedic at the scene told us it was a wrong number. Let's look back on his long, illustrious career. It's all very sad. His family has released a comment. I'm sure we all share the same sentiments in this difficult time. This was Cat News. We're rooting for you. It's a travesty. Just look at it. I feel so sorry for it. Those are just some of the comments I received when visiting the zoo this past weekend. Yes, it's no secret that the zoo has been experiencing some issues lately, with patrons pointing and laughing, while the monkeys stoically eat their bananas, enduring the onslaught of insults from their betters. Barry, 54, sports coach, who's just accomplished his 3rd chronic illness. Such is the state of our cherished zoo, which has been a lifeline for our tourism industry. I do have one suggestion that could save the day. We should lock the guests in the zoo, then build a zoo around it. Hang on, I'm getting a call. Yes? This is Cat News. Yes. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the zoo. We just saved the day. It's finally that time, once again, where we collectively look at the moon, like we all just got done reading the latest young adult romance novel. Scientists say to take safety precautions. I can tell you, I'm already blind. You know, I never had much interest in science, and after today, I still don't. This was Cat News, blocking out science. Have a nice day. Is it really a party if it's only you? More on interesting thoughts later. Yes, we've all been there, sitting 5 centimeters away from the speakers, really getting into the groove, as your brain thinks it's just landed onto a war zone. And it is a war on fun, so be sure to turn it up before the fun police burst through your door, not unlike how your eardrum burst earlier in the night. This was Cat News. I can't hear you. It's an impressive feat of athleticism. He got into yoga as a young man and found that he couldn't stop. It was a way to de-stress, and it looks like it's worked. If tranquility had an image, we were lucky enough to get a comment from this peaceful soul. Wow, where do I sign up? This was Cat News. Friends and people, I'm here yesterday with good news. It turns out we can all read amazing now, as the numbers keep going up. This can be all thankful to the great parents of this nation, doing the important work of reading their mounting bills out loud to their childs, accelerating our skills. I also own my first book now. It nicely fits on my shelf. There was just enough space. This was Cat News, successfully reading from a teleprompter. Layoffs have been in the news recently, which is why I'm doing this show in my basement now. Corporations now have to get lean. In this difficult economic environment, top CEOs are saying they can achieve this by really putting your back into your work, and to stop half-assing it. Really give it to that memo until the paper tears. That's a sign of productivity. Asking the CEO what he's doing for his part, he says he just flung his folder out the window, hitting some poor unsuspecting bystander on the head, who'll now be out of work for a month. You have to crack a few heads to make a buck in these tough times. He has my vote of confidence. This was Cat News, thanking our business leaders. It's one small step for man, cat, and one giant step backwards for all of us. I wish I was on that ship. I'm sorry to say, but we're stuck down here in this wasteland. $5 billion into space research. Also, one guy can leave this place and not report back. 20 years for naught. Is anyone actually interested in space? I feel like I'm the only one. Never mind. I'll just look up at the night sky and see him waving back down at me, laughing at my wasted tax dollars. This was Cat News. This is Cat News. We're the only news corporation willing to report on this, but I'm here today to tell you that Grandma's special broth has finally run out of ingredients. I know. I didn't believe it either. Then I saw my shoe, and let me tell you, it tasted good. That was the Cat News update. Stay tuned, because up next, we're going to be talking to the man with the smoothest hands through the door, as he's been trapped in there for 20 years. His hand keeps slipping on the doorknob. It's times like these where there's an opportunity to take a moment to reflect on the sacredness of life, and also what an amazing movie this instant could be turned into. But also the sad part. Funds are being raised for those affected, and also for the script that I'm writing after this show. What a tragic end to this day. Oh, I could put that in Act 1. This was Cat News, coming to a cinema near you. I'm feeling lucky. That's what I said before I walked into the casino last night. It isn't what I said when I walked out, because I was crying. But unlike me, there's some lucky folks out there, like this lucky man, who's been almost winning for 5 years now. He's going to make a fortune. Then he can replace the fortune he spent on making his new fortune. We'll come back to the story in another 5 years, with an update to see his progress. Something tells me we'll have ourselves a winner. Maybe his luck will rub off on me. This was Cat News, still crying. Animation is truly a great art form. I'd know, because of the many hours of animation that goes into this show. People say they want original movies, that they're tired of franchises, which is why the movie industry is going to make an original biopic movie of my embarrassing life, and turn it into a franchise. It's safe to say, I hate animation. How can I be a failure if I have my own movie? Checkmate. This was Cat News. Don't go and see it. Can you feel that in your bones? That's arthritis. It's no secret that I've been dancing lately. In fact, it's the only way I get through my day. Don't mind the coffee. I spilt it on my way in. It's no secret because I revealed my final move on a dance floor late last night, and the world saw it. 25 people saw it. 25 people who will never dance again. That was my trophy, and I think I deserved it last night. So I made my own. Wow, that's gonna go in the trophy cabinet, with all the other trophies I made. This was Cat News, the rightful winner. The solar eclipse has come and gone. Not that I noticed, which is why today we're given tips on how you can relive the magic. Now there's many ways, such as repeatedly asking your neighbour if they saw it. Be sure to ask for the 5th time, just to be sure, and if they close the door on your face, don't worry, because you can call them from the comfort of your own home, or someone else's home, or anywhere, as long as you have access to a phone. And if you're feeling a little selfish, you can keep it all to yourself by staying inside and closing all your curtains to get the same effect, a cosmic event in your own very living room. And now for a demonstration. Now that seems like it was a nifty little trick. It wasn't. The power's gone out. This was Cat News, lost in the abyss. Creepy Mansion just got creepier as I enter my home. Hey, it's just a regular house, and I'm not creepy. You know, people watch this show to be informed, not to watch office politics. Someone at Cat News wrote that headline. You know what's creepy? Following me and writing stories, and those weird dolls I have on the shelves in all 16 rooms. Yes, the house is a mess. I'm a mess. Whoever it was, you're out of line, and you're not invited to the Christmas party. That wasn't happening, but it's definitely not happening now. This was Cat News, not being creepy. Folks, these are hard times. I have no money. My boss has no money. We're all struggling, which is why this discount vacation is such a steal. Yes, you could be looking down on a beautiful tropical island, just taking in the view. There's only one view. Ah, paradise. I can imagine it now. The engines are shutting down. I've lost control. Don't take my word for it. It says it in the brochure. And how about these happy customers? Wow, I've already started packing. This was Cat News. Has anyone seen my sandals? We've all been there. Asked to spell a word we've never heard of, in front of millions of people, watching and judging. At least I have, when I was forced into the spelling bee in my youth. My parents wanted me to be a prodigy. I couldn't spell it. Well, I'm a success now, Mom, Dad. I'm the most watched TV news channel in this place. People are watching me. And I wish they'd go away. Shoo, go away. Shoo, go bother the pigeons. Where was I? Oh yeah, I worked for this by applying and getting the job the next day, but I still worked for this. I feel better now. This was Cat News. Have a great day. It's Fashion Week, and we're starting it off in style. Just look at my apparel. I'll take the awkward silence as overwhelming approval. Now, you might be asking, Cat News host, where did you get that cool shirt? Well, and thank you for asking. How did you get my number? I made it myself. Stayed up all night on the sewing machine, and I think I did a good job. I'd pat myself on the back, but I don't want to get paint on my hand. I use too much paint. I feel sick. I hope you're having an amazing fashion week. I know I am. This was Cat News, stepping out in style. I'm happy to say we've got some good news today. Yes, the economy has seen better days, but the numbers are in for this month, and it's looking good. We have a shock jump in economic growth. I wonder who that was. It certainly wasn't me. As you can see on the graph that I drew 10 minutes before the show, on the left was when we were all living in squalor and miserable, and on the right is now, where we're all living in slightly less squalor and still miserable. But look at those trinkets soar. Wow. Now, you might be asking, will this actually help the economy, or is it just numbers on a screen? No real productivity. To which I say, stop spoiling the good news. Do you want to be poor forever, or do you want to be dubiously wealthy? That's what I thought. This was Cat News. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to buy myself a useless trinket. It's thought of as just an innocent knife for the kids, where they can receive chocolates and candies from weird strangers. But is there something sinister at play here? We're talking today about the Great Killer. No, not the reformed murderer who mows my lawn. I'm talking about sweets and candy. It might just seem like one little bite, but a moment on the lips is a lifetime in and out of hospital, culminating in you being told that you have type 2 diabetes. So next time you're thinking of taking your kids out for Halloween, don't. This was Cat News, protecting the nation. It's important for victims to get justice, which is why there's nothing but confidence in this local detective who recently found the keys he lost 10 years ago. I wouldn't want him on my trail. Yes, justice will be delivered. Very slowly. Eventually. And that's a guarantee. Maybe. Feel safe knowing that the law is by your side. Looking down the back of the sofa. This was Cat News. They were behind the plant pot. It's the most valuable artifact known to man. Right next to my wig. Passed down from generation to generation. Many brave souls have travelled far and wide to try take it, and as you can see, they failed. As for the ancient artifact, it's protected by a boring puzzle that stopped every would-be thief. Trivia from 60s TV. What company sells the most toothpaste each year? And after you've answered those questions, next, you have to move some shapes around. What a blast. This was Cat News. Her intact. Loneliness is an epidemic, and it doesn't help when you eat your only friend. But I'm an exception to this trend. I haven't left this place for years, and I'm glad I've got everything I need down here in this basement. Except friends. Please don't leave. This was Cat News. Down here, all alone. Eating ice cream. 50 years. That's how long this contestant has been preparing for this game show contest. And it's paid off. $200 to be precise. Some may say that it wasn't worth it, that it was a waste of time. That's not for me to say. The only question is, what's he gonna spend it on, after he's paid the $190 in gas it cost him to get home? 50 years of study didn't prepare him for that question. This was Cat News, not wasting my life. Fellow members, welcome to the show. In a world full of chaos, we need leaders who are talking sense. We don't need to care about the economy or healthcare when we have crystals. In fact, our great leader has already solved the economy with new membership perks like these 20% off coupons for your nearest grocery store. So, what are you waiting for? Join now. This was Cat News, impartial, unbiased reporting. It's a difficult time during this food shortage. We're all hungry, but especially me. I'm sorry for clearing out the pantry. In my defense, I was hungry. Now, before you go grab your pitchforks, I've already saved the day, because I found one bag of rice that I must have missed, and you'll be happy to know there's enough for all 1 million of us. I counted before the show, just as long as no one is greedy. Now, if everyone will form a line outside my basement, I'll start handing them out one by one. This was Cat News. You only get one. Dear Diary, I'm feeling fat today. And it's not because I'm about to burst out of these jeans. It's because I haven't received a compliment. I'll leave it there for today. Oh, didn't see you there. This is Cat News. There's a lot of talk these days about getting in touch with your emotions, which is why I've started my own diary. And I suggest you do too. It's good to really pour out all your emotions. Get it all off your chest. It's why I always seem so calm. You should see my diary. So let's do a good thing and give me a compliment. This was Cat News, feeling fat. I know what you're thinking. Cat News host, why aren't you in this competition? And let me just say, I'm right there with you. But apparently, I didn't meet the criteria. Yeah, of being ugly. That's another trophy for me. I prepared a speech. I'd like to thank my audience, who are there with me through the bad times and the even worse times. And then I ran out of ink. This was Cat News. Stay beautiful. The rich keep getting richer. It's a saying we're hearing more and more, because I keep saying it. It's become a challenge for policymakers in these uncertain times. All I know is that you're not going to stop me making more money, unless I run out of crayons or paper. But until that day, I'm just going to keep getting richer. This was Cat News. Moving on to my yellow crayon. This is Cat News. And there's been an alien outbreak from some lab somewhere. Some have described it as a freak, which I thought was a bit much. I know that there are many important questions being asked right now. People want to know what's going on, and we're here to answer those pressing questions. No, it's not edible. Believe me, I tried. Who knows how this story will develop? And frankly, I've lost interest. Why care if you can't eat it? This was Cat News, keeping the nation informed. It's good to get outside, to breathe in the fresh air. But not if you're this unhappy camper. Yes, people want you to believe that the outside isn't dangerous, that it's good for you to get out there. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not. Because of stories like this, you need to stay inside and watch Cat News while we tell you about all the other bird attacks that we saved you from. All 4 of them. In a 50-year period. You won't find this on any other news network. This was Cat News, doing you a service. We can't get any reception here in Cat Town, which is why we're all perpetually angry and have communication problems. My therapist is making a killing, but there's one method of communication that has been forgotten. Until now. Yes, messages in a bottle, because late last night, one was found washed up on shore. Upon taking a note out of the bottle, it simply read, "Another drink. A worthy journey, to be sure." Well, let me just say, the drink is on its way. This was Cat News. It's on me. Today, we're talking about sewage. At least, that's what one resident called it. It was in fact Mrs. Jackson's cooking. The incident kicked off when she was spotted dumping it in a local river, which is against the law, as she is interfering with the local ecosystem by killing it. All I'm saying is that it could have done with a pinch of salt and maybe some spices. She could have taken my advice. Now she's taking her lawyers. This was Cat News. It's not that bad. This is Cat News. He might have said something catchy 10 years ago, when he coined the phrase, "best thing since sliced bread." And that would have been great. But he hasn't stopped. We've had numerous complaints that objects ranging from dishwashers to microwaves to even greeting cards shaped like little hearts have been sliced in two. That's just sick. This man needs to be stopped before he slices all of us. Romance. I remember my first love. Now I hate myself. Moving on. There's many gestures to show the loved one in your life that you care about them. But there's only one that really drives it home, that you care deeply. I think I'm gonna tear up. So go on. Go tell your significant other that you love them. This was Cat News. Love is in the air, along with my thumb. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. I regret that, but that's why this show is so important, because how would you know not to drink this if I didn't drink it first? It tastes terrible. The more time goes on, the more I regret doing that. When you see it on the shelves, I'd give it a pass. This was Cat News. I think I just lost my taste buds. I was supposed to be going on a great adventure, but I had no one to carry me. I also couldn't read the map. Some saboteur had drawn all these lines on it, and there was a fat finger in the way. So I decided to call it a day, and went on a great adventure on my sofa, and watched an entire DVD box set of my favourite show. 90 years of content, available now at a store near you. You're really missing out. This was Cat News, about to start Season 2. I'm living in constant fear. Picture this. I was just out having a picnic, being harassed by pigeons and the police, minding my own business, tucking into a sandwich I made all by myself, when all of a sudden a family of 5 flanked me on all sides, asking me how I was. I thought to myself, I don't remember consenting to this conversation. All I want in life is to be left alone to shove sandwiches in my face and think about what could have been in my life. But no, I can't have that. So I'll answer your question here, family. I'm not doing well, as you might have noticed while I was crying while spreading my mustard. I've actually been spiraling for years now, but that's for another show. That's the end of my story. They were a lovely family though. This was Cat News. Off to go get into an altercation with the local pigeons. It's important to look after your skin. like I do. I may look like I'm 50, and I feel it, but I'm actually 4. I look great because I'm using this new cream. My skin feels like it's burning, so it must be working. That's a thumbs up from me. I'd give one now, but it's too painful to move. This was Cat News, suffering in silence. There's something going on, and I'm getting worried. A man has been spotted standing on a street corner, screaming. There's obviously a horrible incident afoot, but the police can't act until we know the details. We're going to have round-the-clock coverage of this developing story. Stay tuned and stay safe. Coming up next, my lunch break. It's a fine art, swishing it around in your mouth, then saying something that doesn't make sense. And that's before you're drunk. But this cat doesn't seem like he's taking it very seriously. People in this industry have spent an entire lifetime preparing for this role by failing at everything else. And it's not fair. How are we supposed to be taken seriously for the productive members of society that we are? This is Cat News. He's drinking my wine now. The day has finally come where this man has decided what he wants to do with his life. At the ripe young age of 90. Just put yourself in his shoes. Or maybe not. They probably smell. So use your imagination instead. This is the most important decision of your life. Oh, hang on. I'm receiving a message in my headset that he's about to choose. He's fell asleep again. Well, we will get right back to you when he wakes up. In 10 hours. Stay tuned. It was a thoughtful Christmas gift. I appreciated it, despite the subtext of calling me fat. Then they called me fat. They were a nice fit though. But as I got through to the middle of the year, something felt sinister, other than the threatening messages piling up on my answer phone. That's right, I was feeling slim, svelte even, and I thought to myself, this is wrong. So I dusted off my mirror and was met with someone who looked like me, but was borderline obese. This is a warning to all the cats wearing elastic pants right now. You're living in a fantasy. It's too late for me, but maybe I can save you. This was Cat News, going home to a rotisserie chicken. It's the cool new restaurant that's just opened, after the last cool new restaurant closed down 2 months ago. But something tells me this is gonna be a success. I can just feel it in my stomach, which is entirely the reasoning the founder set it up on. Can't even use a calculator. He just put his trust in my judgment, and for that, I thank him. And in return, he can sleep on my couch when it inevitably goes under. But in the meantime, free milkshakes for me. This was Cat News. Head on down now. It's a special day. The selection on display at this table is unbelievable. Mini sandwiches, pastries, cookies, and salmon. Just wow. I think I'm gonna tear up. I'm just glad we've all gathered here today to watch me eat all this delicious food. Thank you for coming, everyone. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget to congratulate the caterers on the amazing job they did on the buffet. Loneliness is an epidemic, and it doesn't help when you eat your only friend. But I'm an exception to this trend. I haven't left this place for years, and I'm glad I've got everything I need down here in this basement. Except friends. Please don't leave. This was Cat News, down here, all alone, eating ice cream. Look at it. Do you know how much that's worth? Well, neither do I. That's what the guy in my local shop said. It seems I'm stuck with this beautiful gem that's worth nothing, apparently. Maybe I can sell it on the internet. Why do I buy things at 3 a.m? This was Cat News. Are you interested in a priceless gem? I still have that one-time cutlery set of the Queen. Limited edition. Why do I keep buying this stuff? It's a massive scandal. More on what I said about her dessert later. A celebrity, yes, you heard that right, a celebrity has been caught in an embezzlement scandal. I know, it's frankly unbelievable. We look to and put our trust in them to be the better people that they are. And then they go and disappoint us all. I just didn't think I'd find out like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I can recover from this. I'm gonna have to take down my collage. This was Cat News. Sad and overwhelmed. Does anyone want to buy a signed picture? We at Cat News appreciate the arts. And by the arts, I mean my macaroni paintings I do on the weekends. It's in my blood. In fact, one of my ancestors was involved in the Sistine Chapel. He's actually pretty famous. You might have heard of him. Yes, it's something I'm very proud about. There he was, standing in history, handing the paint to Michelangelo. He later went on to compose a minor work on the back of a burnt-out building, and then was unceremoniously killed for vandalism. But enough about my illustrious family background, because today we're talking about art, and not just any art, street mimes. Have you seen anything like it? Wow, he really captures the desperation. It's almost believable. That's why the arts are important, people, for performances like that. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Where did I put my macaroni? This is Cat News. Hello. Starting off with a sad story today. The ball pit, as can be seen here, is closing down. It's been the cornerstone of our community for 15 years. But, and someone has to say it, there was never enough balls. A design oversight, if I ever saw one. This could have been prevented, but the builders said it was a cost-cutting measure. I wish I had better news. And I do, because I took the ball home before the building was unnecessarily demolished. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Well, turns out this man really is old and wise, as he's been missing out on paying rent for the past 40 years. We all just thought he was up there because we ran out of room in a nursing home, but apparently not. It's a shame I'm not on top of a mountain myself, as I'm down here in the basement, 5 meters away from the Earth's core. This was Cat News. I can feel the heat on my feet. Have a nice day. We all like to dance. But what are the career prospects for those who like to move? Go to this graph. Yes, informative. Well, that settles that. If you're thinking of dancing, do it after you've got a job. This was Cat News. I'm sick of people trying to stop me from dancing. Hi, I just got back from the best time of my life. It was absolutely electric. You should have seen the crowds shouting my name angrily as they waited in line. I took home a memento to remember such an amazing day. Now I know what a tea bag feels like. This was Cat News, about to go for another ride. $50,000. That's how much my figurine collection is worth. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why would you spend $50,000 on figurines when you live in a basement? And you'd be right to ask that. Well, I'll answer it. Because I feel emotionally fulfilled. When I smell that overpriced plastic, when I see it there, representing lost time, money, friends. This was Cat News, about to log on and get myself my 829th. Come on, dopamine. We all want great hair, but is it really that important? What about all the other things in life, like family, friends, your career, the great mysteries of the universe? Oh, who am I kidding? I want my hair back. Why me? I'm back. Sorry about that. I pulled myself out of that dark, unforgiving, depressing hole with lots of meditation, reflection, and by getting myself a hairpiece. Who needs a healthy self-esteem and contentment when you have a cheap polyester wig? This was Cat News, jealous of my own hair. This is Cat News. My car is for sale. It's against regulations to flog it on the show, but I had no luck with my billboard ads. It's a great car. It's never let me down, because it's never started. The guy who sold it to me said there was an engine. And he was right. There was an engine a long time ago. Anyway, please buy my car. That was the sales pitch. Thank you and good night. Oh yeah, and we have some news coming up in the next segment. It's important to follow the law. It's also important to run away from the law if you've broke it, which is why I'm currently making my way down a motorway, across state borders. Stay tuned for more updates. I nearly hit the back of someone's car right now. There's a taster of the kind of updates that you'll get. Have a nice day. Oh, I almost forgot. Follow the law. Life is about the little moments. Like this one. Yes, moments like this we can all look back on and cheer and smile over the fond memories. He really looks like he's enjoying that sandwich. Slow down, it's not going anywhere. How embarrassing. Well, no matter, it's immortalized in picture form for eternity. This was Cat News. Cherish your memories. Hi, that's enough of intros. Now it's time for the nature segment. Hi, welcome to nature. I hate it. Apparently, this is the world's most peaceful bird. It's news to me. I'd like to speak to the scientists who decided that, but as you can see, I'm a little preoccupied, appreciating nature. This was Cat News. Will someone get this bird off my face? Thank you. Back to the studio. Wow, looks like a great time. Stay tuned. Winning an award is the proudest moment of your life. It was for me when I won Worst Wedding of the Year. 2 years in a row, I might add. It really helped me get over the messy divorce. There was spaghetti everywhere, but enough about my life. Or if you can't get enough, why not read my new memoir, available at the street corner after the show. I'll be standing next to the reputable store. Anyway, this is to the Stinkiest Person Award winner. I was robbed. There's a mantra in society that you should just go with the flow. Just let loose. Be who you are. And I say to that, what do you think I've been doing? If I let myself go anymore, I'd need an intervention. People feel sorry for me. In the streets. I don't even know them. I don't know what I'm more insulted by. The sympathy, or the free shoes. I'm just gonna keep being myself, until I can't look at myself in the mirror. Education. 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 If only I'd learned what a full stop was. Some people say it's important. Boring people. A new museum has opened in a town, and it's open to the public. Don't go. This is a PSA. If we all don't go, they'll go away. Who do they think they are? Assuming we need informing and the facts and figures of this great nation. I don't need a museum, because it's all up here, and in here, and on my phone. My cool moves are keeping me slim and alone. Dance like no one can see you. What they didn't tell me is that no one can see me anyway, because I'm alone. I'm dancing through the tears. Business meeting seems to be going well, as man shakes hand for the 50th time. I think he's got it. Economy loses magic, as wizard takes job entertaining at kid's birthday party. Take me back to better times. Yesterday. Phones are stopping us from having real conversations. It was said that technology would bring us together. So why aren't you picking up your phone? I can see you watching TV, ignoring my call. I can see you looking at me, still ignoring my call. Don't close the curtains. You close the curtains. Hey, I'm a serious person. Stop looking at my obscenely long clown-like shoes. I worked my finger to the bone to be able to afford a nice pair of shoes like these. People have no respect these days for a little guy like me just trying to make it in this difficult world. Yeah, keep laughing, but if I weren't wearing these shoes, I'd be late for an important meeting right now. Crime is out of control. Even I'm doing it. Hey, don't tell the police. I'm just putting bread on the table. And a $10,000 gold watch. My cousin's kid needs to tell the time somehow. Customer demands refund after ordering gross, disgusting meal deal. Food. We all eat it. But should we? That's the conclusion I came to after ordering whatever this is. I trusted this restaurant blindly, and I can't believe they'd do something like this. I'm not coming here again, that's for sure. That was the 5th time today. I'll go tomorrow. Dinner party ruined by all these people you had to invite over. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like dinner parties. I don't know why I held one. How do I escape? I know. I'll say I'm leaving early. Got a busy day tomorrow. Walking home. Olympic dreams cut short after being born. We all have dreams. Stupid dreams. Which is why I gave mine up 5 seconds into existence. I was just being realistic. It wasn't gonna happen. Even a 5-second-year-old could see it. Now I'm a 10-year-old accountant. I'm getting a head start on my miserable life. Escape the 9-to-5 life by becoming unemployed. They call it the rat race, and it's a stupid metaphor. I could beat a rat in a race. They have little feet. Anyway, I escaped it, and you can too. Join me as we watch a 24-hour marathon of the Weather Channel. Do you love coffee? Good, because I do too. Everything is better when you have boiling hot coffee in the morning. Just watch me go. I'm sitting here reading old great literature. The TV Guide. Remember the good old days when there was no fancy technology, no on-demand TV, just you, the couch, and an onion for dinner. We weren't poor. I just like onions. Catching up on all the TV in the TV Guide. One channel we had in those days. It was all you needed. You don't know how good you had it until it's gone. That was a good onion. Old man who just stir lifted downstairs for 30 minutes. Left keys in bedroom. Don't you hate it when you leave your keys upstairs? Well, this guy does. We'll watch him go back upstairs to go get them. My producer is in my ear. As exciting as this is, we're gonna have to move on. Sorry about that. First rhyme. Lost the time. Hello, and welcome to the Culture Hour. Hello, fellow. This history is a bit of a mystery. Can we find the answer? Maybe we can ask a necromancer. I admit, that was a bit of a stretch. Fetch. Guy living in cupboard makes rent. handing people mugs. Folks, the youth are in crisis. A housing crisis, and other crises, like getting old. Anyway, this man is beating the odds with an ingenious trick. He makes his rent back, handing people mugs, and whatever else is back there in that cupboard. Well, certainly not his dignity. Wow, I can't even fit into my pants, which is why I'm not wearing any. Just wait till you hear from my lawyer. He's very lonely. We all have a lawyer. No? Seriously? Who else is going to get you out of the many crimes you didn't commit? I thought everyone was selling those limited edition boy band frame photos. Those things were difficult to get. Out of the shop. Have you ever tried juggling 500 frame photos? It's hard. You know, I think this is time for me to self-reflect. I've been led astray by society. They kept telling me it was a good thing. Oh well, at least I was never caught. Romance. It's beautiful. Amazing. Mysterious. What is that? It smells awful. I guess it's not the worst place I've been on a date. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I bet you're wondering where my date is. Right there. No, not the rat. The mirror. Did I tell you I was married before? We got home after our honeymoon. She didn't like the racing car bunk beds I got for us. Long story. Actually, it was a short story. She didn't like the racing car bunk beds I got for us. And now I'm here. I'm going back to the basement. I can't see the stars beyond all this air pollution. It's fresh. It's unbelievable. It's horrifying. You gotta get out there and see it. That's what my doctor said to his interns. Anyway, enough about my hospital visit. A booming box office this week, as audiences line up to see the latest blockbuster. People can't seem to get enough of the re-release of the 23rd sequel of the 73 sequel beloved franchise, Cat Drama. I've got my ticket. Make sure you don't miss out. It truly is a golden age of cinema. An evil man in a bush is threatening someone. Don't go near, but if you do, bring a map or some hedge clippers. We go live to him now. Haha! You're trapped in my evil maze. You can't escape now. And neither can I. Why did I pick this stupid gimmick? There's so much history in this heirloom. It spans back multiple generations. It survived wars, plagues, more wars, more plagues, orange juice, more orange juice. The point is, it's seen a lot, and it'll continue to for another 100 years. Ah, I just dropped it. Well, isn't that fantastic? Maybe it's still okay. Nope. It's broke. I'm sorry. Great, 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 great grandfather. It was called The Find of a Generation. Who knew what great mysteries could be revealed from these fascinating writings? But it's now being confirmed that they're just lines on a wall. Years of study, and your tax dollars, all for this. I'm going to express my anger through my own hieroglyphics. Look out! I'm gonna crash! Ow. Do you need car insurance? Hey man, what was that? Well, you're in luck, because I've got a deal for you. Just call the number on the screen, and I'll get back to you right after I get out of the hospital. Stay there. I need your details. Looks like someone is interested in some car insurance. Those were the not-so-famous last words of the trespasser, as he was overheard by the security guard, who then apprehended him. His dreams of fame over. That was before he was also seen, embarrassingly, dangling from a fence from his underwear. which happened to have his name on it. He's now going viral, achieving his dreams of fame in Hollywood. Well, there you go, folks. Dreams can come true. This was Cat News. Have a nice day. A contestant has bested their opponent in the annual food eating competition. Yes, the opponent broke out into a bad state of the meat sweats. After seeing the chicken, turkey, pork, beef monstrosity I started eating in the crowd. The competition was making me hungry. Some critics say these competitions are unethical. In a world full of poverty, that they're just an excuse to be gluttonous. To which I say, yet I'll have the ham too. Hold the tomatoes, and bring them to me. Nature versus nature. It's a debate that's raged on for centuries. My money's on the grasshopper. There's also a more boring debate of nature versus nurture, which we're talking about today. As a kid, has been accelerated 3 grades. He was raised by a pack of wolves. Way to go, that kid. He leaves behind his old class of students with no parents. This was Cat News. Coming up next, burn down a rainforest or water it. The debate. Family is the most important thing. They're there when we need them the most. Because we all know my sister wasn't going to be able to carry me alone. They all banded together to throw me out. Little did they know, I already have myself a swanky new place. In this gross, awful, abandoned basement that's probably hosting some previously unknown disease. And that's before I moved in. We'll see who has the last laugh. Please don't laugh at the TV screen as you watch this broadcast. That's not fair. This is an amazing party. Thanks. I got the kids to set up everything myself. Do you want an apple? Don't worry, it's fake. In fact, pretty much everything here is fake. I was wondering why I lost the tooth eating pasta. That's the one thing that isn't fake. It's the only thing I know how to make. It's my special dish, in fact. Oh, I think you owe me an apology. And you owe me a tooth. I'm sorry. Don't mention it. Here, have a tooth on me. Hi. And welcome to the best decision you've made. Ever. I'll be your instructor today. If you just stop looking at the vending machine for 5 seconds and pay attention to my hands. The exits are over there. Thanks for coming. Fair maiden, I'm here to rescue you. Again, please, let down your hair, so I can climb it and bitterly reflect on my male pattern baldness. This is a fairy tale, and I'm still bald. Where's my happy ending? You're as beautiful as ever. Bet you didn't see that coming. Now for me to climb up, and you can knit me a wig, since someone's got so much fit. I won my court case. Thank you, jury. Enjoy the $5 between yourselves. I'm back, and I beat the allegations. I mean, I beat the people making the allegations. These court cases need to stop. They're interrupting the show. Like that pigeon. If he doesn't stop, I'm gonna lose my cameraman. Anyway, I'm back. This is Cat News. Stay tuned. Take up a new hobby after retiring, like working full-time at your local supermarket. We all look forward to retirement. Except for me. I love my job. But it's easy to lose interest in life. A loss of purpose. That data isn't going to enter itself. So why not spend some time at your local supermarket? You're already there throughout the week. Why not throw on a uniform and spend another 40 hours? It's good to get out of the house and behind a till. This was Cat News on my 5th retirement. Daredevil meets end at bakery clearance aisle. It's a sad day. They ran out of iced donuts at the bakery, so I ended up getting a croissant. Whatever that means. That segment was for the international listeners. Across the street, In other news, the beloved Daredevil Bob has met his end, not to be confused with the other stuntman, Sean, who retired mid-flight after being shot out of a cannon. Bob was on his way to perform his first dangerous stunt of riding public transport through the downtown area, but he unfortunately took a turn for the worse by going left into the clearance aisle after deciding to get something to eat before the big stunt. That section needs to be shut down. How many Daredevils are we going to lose early from undercooked, stale, pastry-based meals? This is the 4th this week alone. And close the DVD aisle while you're at it. What is this, the 90s? You put my VHSs out of business. Rest in peace, Steve. I mean Bob. See? If he was given a longer life, I would have remembered that. This was Cat News. Have a great day. Is fame really worth it? Yes, it's the most important thing in life, next to taking advantage of every buy one get one free deal. Just look at how sad this former actor is. You may be thinking, if he had other values, like family or helping others, that he'd be happier. Well, you're wrong. This was Cat News. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. What am I gonna do with all these autographs? Took me all night to write out all these. I've got something I need to get off my chest. Get it off. I was up finger painting all night. This is what happens when I start getting ideas after 10 PM. I should have just went to bed. More than that important story later. Swimming. It's a vital skill. That's what this 40-year-old cat discovered today. His life was in danger. Who knows what could have happened if it wasn't for this hero. It was hours before the lifeguard could have got to the scene and burst the paddling pool. But this patriot stepped up and shouted inspiring slogans he read in a leaflet that he ordered after inspiringly bouncing back from being fired from his last job. You know, I've been doing this show for years, and there hasn't been a segment that's made me choke up like this. Have a nice day, everyone, and join me in saluting this man. A man outside the local gas station has claimed that he saw a dragon. I'm tired of people making me waste precious time reporting on this stuff. What about the real stories? Like Mrs. Cranberry, still driving at 97 after having a license revoked for cataracts, proving once and for all, age is just a number. But no, we get this. This is supposed to be a serious station, reporting facts that I made up. Unbelievable. Coming up, a man outside the local gas station was mugged by goblins late last night. You won't want to miss this. Stay tuned. Parties are a good time if you like danger. The level of irresponsibility on display last night was too much for me to handle. I had to leave. It's a good job no one else was there, or I would have been robbed by now. Probably. I have nothing of value worth stealing. So remember, don't party or have fun. Tune in to Cat News instead, and watch me read the Encyclopedia of Interstate Bridges, 15th edition, Hours of Education and Entertainment. Cults. Are you in one? Because I am. Hi, welcome to Cat News. We'll be dispelling myths and attacks on this nation's gatherings of people with nothing better to do. I'm talking about cults, not the studio audience. Come back. Cults attract a lot of criticism, but some of us are just happy for the company. Here, have a leaflet. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in joining. I'm here to simply report on the news and get something checked out. It's not for the cult. I picked it up at the doctor's office. I was too embarrassed to put it back. On second thought, This was Cat News. Have a good morning. Or afternoon. It's 4 a.m. I think it stopped. Finally. I thought it'd never end. That was I'll Give It Up For You by The New Act. Started with a dream, now a nightmare, who unfortunately won't give it up. For all of us. If you want to see him at his next stop in the tour, you might want to get your head examined. This was Cat News. Enjoying the silence. It's a dream for a lot of people. Driving into the sunset at the drop of a hat. Leaving your old life behind for a few months. Or forever. It's not like my neighbours would notice. Because I don't have any. Because I live in a basement. Unless you count the mice in the wall. I just want to be free. And smell the polluted air. We all have opinions. But not all of us want to hear them. Like this local man, who insists he likes his appearance just the way it is. And he doesn't care what anyone has to say about it. If it needs to be reminded. I don't care what you think. Or anyone thinks. I know I look good. Hey you! I don't care what you think. Stepping out in style. Please tell me I look good, cameraman. That was after the therapy. If you can believe it. This was Cat News. Stay tuned. Workers to now be paid in peanuts. After executive gets bright idea in the lunchroom. We go live to the situation now. Workers of Cat Nation are demanding too much. You already get vacation when we fire you. So we've come to the difficult decision to pay you all in peanuts. And it was difficult. Because we like peanuts. We'll pay you in the shells of peanuts that we just ate. And that's why he's paid the big bucks. Well, there you go, folks. The dream is still alive in this country. Anyone can make it into poverty. This was Cat News. Have a great day. And get back to work. You can never have enough keys. Look at this one. Don't even know what it's for. Oh, that's right. It's to get into my special box. Of all my other keys. I actually helped a guy get into his house this week, after he was left out in the rain. He didn't seem very thankful, but I'm not going to let that stop me from being a good person. I'll rearrange his furniture when he's out next week. This was Cat News. I think I've lost my keys. Ugh, I think I sprayed too much. If you were here, you'd collapse from how good it smells. And from a migraine. It can be yours for just a low price of $5. In fact, you might as well just walk in the studio. You won't need to buy it. It's overpowering. It smells like my prom night. I stayed home, smelling terrible perfume. This was Cat News. Please, someone open a window. People, I can't get a good night's sleep. Because this fool keeps waking me up to tell me what just happened in a stupid book. If I wanted to know, I'd ask. Because we all know I'm not reading all that. This was Cat News. I'm going to sleep. Style. Fashion. Words. That's what I got out of this month's issue of Fashion Weekly. They care so much about fashion that they have no time for time. Getting in the way of looking good. The major story today is a hairstylist who's facing the greatest challenge of her career, as she's being confronted with a man whose hairline is facing the greatest challenge from his ever-expanding face. Who knows how she's going to pull this one off? other than yanking it out. We'll keep you updated as the story develops. Thank you. History has seen many great people try to predict the future. From learned scholars, thinkers, the weatherman, people doing the lottery, and it hasn't happened yet, which can only mean one thing. Cat News will be on the air forever. I'm not happy about it either, but someone has to do it. Kids don't want to grow up to report the news poorly these days. They're too busy out there getting an education. And for what? The world's gonna end by the time they graduate. This was Cat News. Have a nice day. I've gotta say, I've got into making breakfast lately. Picked up a new cookbook too. This time next year, I'll start reading it, and then I can share my knowledge with the world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go scrape the pancakes from the ceiling, which means it's time for breakfast. Where's my ladder? The story in the latest blockbuster has frankly been riveting. The audience shouted and cheered and were just unruly. I would know I was the only one there. I was slightly annoyed as the protagonist just didn't seem to get what was going on, even after the 9th shake. But thankfully, 10th time is a charm. I left the cinema feeling art was still alive. 5 out of 10. I recommend you drop all your plans and go see it. That was the Culture Hour with Cat News. Thank you. The new skyscraper downtown has finally finished development. $10 billion and 5 cents. That's how much it costs. I do like it, but, and it's a small complaint, there's no doors in the toilets. There's no toilet roll either. I think I'm trapped in here for the foreseeable future. I think I hate this building. If only the city had bought $10 billion worth of toilet roll instead. Now I can't look my mother in the eye. And I thought getting trapped in the toilets in the last skyscraper was embarrassing. This was Cat News. Please send help. A new shop has opened up here in Cat Town. I've been in myself, and I've gotta say, it's pretty good. There's all sorts in there I didn't know I didn't need. Like my autobiography I wrote in the 90s, and a novelty-sized spoon if you're eating soup in a rush. It's good to see the entrepreneurial spirit alive and well here. After we reported on the closure of the flammable carpet store that met its end due to no customers, as they were inside all year during the wildfires. Luckily, the store was unaffected. Unluckily, their carpets were ugly. I'll never get a refund. This was Cat News, about to browse some words. Those were the last words of Cattown local Ken, 34, retired from seeking employment. They were his last words before he went on to complain that his $1 hot dog had gotten water on it. What a waste of a nutritious meal. I'm gonna take the side of the little guy in this situation. How can he be blamed when it's nature's fault? And on top of that, you're going to cause this upstanding man, now he's standing at least, malnutrition. This is an injustice if I've ever saw one. And this network won't stand for it. Not unlike Can when the wave came for him. Hi, I'm back from seeing my doctor, and the results are in. The good news is, I found a parking space, and I'm alive. The bad news, my body is apparently craving nutrition. Well, you can't always get what you want. It's a tough world. We can't all be doctors and afford fruits and vegetables. But you know what? I'll survive. on pastries and other assorted foods high in saturated fat. That was Cat News, Health Hour. Thank you. It's a difficult economy out there. People are suffering. Like a man who's just now being reported to have just gotten the granola bar after aggressively pushing the button for the bag of sour candies. It's a war zone out there. Oh, and a man who just lost his house. It's not just office workers being made redundant. It's also plate spinners in danger, long thought to be one of the safest professions. It just proves that we're all under threat, except for me, as I locked in a 50-year contract, signed in crayon. I've had a long career, wishing I had a successful career, and I'm glad that finally someone has noticed. A guy stopped me in the street the other day and gave me an award. It was the proudest I've ever been in my life, even more than when I learned how to fasten my Velcro shoes. The police then went on to pursue him for some reason, but I was just lost in the moment, and who'd blame me? I'm so happy. Thank you for watching. I can finally look myself in the mirror. I just had it cleaned. We're looking at wild animals today on Cat News. And I'm not talking about that studio audience member there. This is a dangerous snake. I know, because it just bit me. But it's also dangerous because it's just eating my food. And if one of my dinner guests was here with us today, I'd be a good cook. This is a warning to stay away from snakes. Although you are invited to my dinner party this weekend at 5 p.m. This is Cat News. We now go to the weather. Hi, welcome to the weather, where I'm looking into my tea leaves to divine the future. So that's where the budget cuts were this year. Yeah, tell me about it. You think it's easy figuring this stuff out? I had to retrain and do a course out of my own pocket. It's not even accredited. I had a whole team working for me before. Now I have him. I hate to put you on the clock, but people are waiting. Okay, let's see here. Jeff, how is it? It's miserable. I hate my life. No, the weather. Oh, it's sunny and cloudy. Well, there you go. It's gonna be sunny and cloudy. That was the Cat News weather team there. I don't know what we'd do without them. Probably throw darts at a wall. Crossword Man, the villain, is at it again. His archenemy being creativity. And he's threatening to push the button, unless someone helps him with his crossword. Who knows what terrible things could happen if he were to press it. I can't even think it, which is a failure of imagination. Please, brave souls out there, or bored souls, call into the show and answer the puzzle. Cat Town is riding on it. In the interest of fairness and impartiality, it was a hard crossword that week. I've gotten into sports lately and picked up a racket, then a chocolate bar. I proceeded to eat it and was thinking about the bad decisions I've made in life, like not picking up another chocolate bar. But then I remembered I was there to play some tennis. I waddled to the court in my newly acquired sports gear, feeling like a sea creature caught in a net, like in those emotional adverts. I was ready for what the next 10 minutes on the court I could only afford had in store for me. Then I broke my wrist. How the heck am I supposed to hit this? I don't know how this sport took off. And here I am, giving this whole thing a chance. I can't even eat 2 chocolate bars at once now. I'll see you next time. Learning. We all hate it. Reading and thinking too. But not everyone does. like these scholastic superstars. Look at them go as they attempt to escape through the window, no doubt heading to the nearest public library. There's more too. The class sizes across the Cattown education system are getting bigger, as more each year are being held back. To learn, the only problem is that they can't fit 100 students in a 20-student classroom. Build more prisons. Schools. What an uplifting story. I'm feeling better. I'll see you next time. Is the Cat Nation space program overfunded? Yes. Just look at this graph. When will we ever need space? When we've got plenty of it in all the other government budgets. How are the arts gonna fund their interpretation of what the first step on the moon is gonna be like? Of course, the space program director was unavailable for comment. Too busy stuffing their pockets with money, I assume. It also doesn't help that they don't have a phone, or a computer, or an internet connection. This was Cat News, government watchdog, Cat, making sure your tax dollars are looked after in this cute little bed. Don't worry, the bed was tax deductible. I'm gonna have to talk lower for this show, as my neighbor is sleeping. We all suffer with our memories from time to time. No. I'm back in the room. Don't you wish you could have those cherished memories forever? I wish I had cherished memories. Well, this doctor has some solutions for me. Let's have a look. Number 1. Get a better life. Well, that's not happening. Number 2. Use some smells to activate your memories. I have some stale macaroni here. I'm now remembering how awful this smells. We seem to be getting somewhere. And the last solution? Fake it. Well, I can do that. I just graduated with a degree. I took it while someone wasn't looking. Hey, this is working. I'll see you later, everyone. I'm creating memories. Maybe I could get a neighbor who doesn't sleep at 4 p.m. Those were the last words of the scientists who cured diabetes. Sorry, had diabetes. There was a mistake on the teleprompter. Please join us as we say goodbye to Cattown's only scientist, as he's just accepted a job in another town, 7,000 miles away. We really should have invested in our education system, instead of blowing it all on the chocolate fountain in the town square. I still think it was worth it, personally. I recently went to my class reunion. There is a picture of the night. Those were good years. Learned everything I know now, back then. Which is nothing. It's a prison now. After my successful petitioning campaign to Congress in 2005, I think it was a good idea. And it's been paying dividends, as now my former classmates have a cell to do their time. A brave hero stepped up yesterday evening and saved a man's life by performing surgery on his leg. And let me tell you folks, it was nasty. Those were the hurriest legs I've ever seen. And I'm a cat. It turns out that he just sprained his leg, and the surgery was unnecessary. But the most important thing is that I gave the victim a razor, because boy did he need it. This was Cat News. Thank you. Art is vital. We know this because I'm making this gesture. Like this piece by Chic Ladida, or his real name, Steve. Join us as he unveils his new art piece. In the men's bathroom down at the DMV, I can feel the emotion jumping off the canvas. Disappointment. It speaks to me on an emotional level. The mayor is caught up in yet another scandal. This week, not answering questions. Avoiding the press undermines democracy. We have a statement here from the mayor. I'm sorry, but we can't leave you alone. It's our job to ask questions, like, why are we here? Who am I? And how did I end up in this career? Welcome to Cat News, History Hour. Join me in today's main story. I even went to the local library to take out a book. Now it's pretty academic, so strap in. Luckily, they were merciful and made the text big. Okay, I'm ready. There once was a knight who slayed the dragon. The village cheered and celebrated him as a hero. He then died a month later from gout at 34. I think we'll put a bookmark there. Wow, so that's what being educated feels like. Thank you for joining me at Cat News. Have a nice day, and remember, keep learning. Welcome to Cat News. As we look to the future in today's new segment, looking into the future. Let's reflect on past predictions, like flying cars. I was in a flying car once. Briefly. Let's not get into that. Is what I should have said. It really is impractical, isn't it? I mean, I'd like it, but that's because my car has no wheels. Anyway, I think we can safely say there'll be no flying cars. Unless I'm behind the wheel. Thank you for watching. Looking into the future. We never want it to be us when we read through the newspaper in the morning, wondering what all those squiggles mean. We breathe a sigh of relief when we see it was the guy down the street. What a loser. I always knew I was fashionable. It was a journey of 10 steps, and let me tell you, I felt every one of them. Intense, tiring, difficult. Those are just some of the words I left in my review for the customer support guy when my fridge broke down. Well, obviously someone hasn't bought a month's worth of chicken in a bucket before. 30% off. I'd be an idiot not to buy it. But the moral of the story is, the chicken went stale, as my fridge is still broken. Thank you for watching, and keeping journalism alive. What is this? Grass? Hello, please? This man is trying to feed me grass. Like I'm an animal. Yes, I'm at the new restaurant. No, the other disgusting one. I haven't been this insulted since you suggested the seaweed. You people are sick. What's this world coming to? Next you'll tell me this was the main meal. I think that was enough evidence that this restaurant needs to be shut down. An open and shut case, if I've ever saw one. Thank you. This was Cat News. It seems like every week we're being reminded that there's a once-in-a-lifetime space-related event taking place. And I'm not talking about the first time I successfully moonwalked at 31. Yesterday. No, I'm talking about... what's his name? He was in that delightful rom-com in 2005. Nope, it slipped my mind. He was also in The Sky, late last night, traveling at 200 miles per hour, trying to relive his fleeting fame. His therapist has released a statement. A sobering message there. That was the end of today's segment. And if you ever remember that rom-com name, please call into the show and tell me. Thank you. And remember, keep on smiling. What an amazing prize. An all-expenses-paid trip to a tropical island. This man couldn't believe his luck. In fact, he was in such shock that he missed the boarding time to the flight the next week. Better luck next time. At the annual Bug Preservation Awards this past weekend, noted nature preservationist Ian accepted his award for all his great work preserving the local ecosystem. And he wasn't alone, as he was then joined on the stage by a swarm of annoying, stupid bugs. I think I speak for everyone when I ask, who would want to preserve these things? Where's my flamethrower? I won at the fair. This hopeful candidate didn't know what was in store for him until they shouted it in his face. 20 grueling hours. And that was just the first phase. Next was the triathlon. Then finally an essay arguing why they deserve the job. The illustrious job that pays $4 an hour. Part-time, no benefits, except the joy of helming the cash register. He didn't get the job in the end. Because I did. I'll see you later. My shift starts in 10 minutes. We've been seeing a rise in animal attacks recently. And not just from me. So we at Cat News have decided to do a little PSA. When you're confronted by an animal, in this case, my mother-in-law, remember to duck and weave. Hopefully the animal will tire themselves out until the police arrives to deal with the scum. Thank you, me. Stay safe out there. This was Cat News. Yes, all of us here at Cat Town are trying to lose weight. Even me. Which is why we're all trying out this new invention. Which is why we were all trying out this new invention. Now, if I had known all these things were being recalled before this news story, I wouldn't have tried this new contraption out. If you don't see me tomorrow, I'll be in the Pacific Ocean. This is a Cat News quick news story, and it'd be quicker if I didn't say that sentence. A witch can't stop laughing after every answer she gives to the prosecution. I have to say, it's not helping her case, as I now believe she stole it. It also doesn't help that she's still riding it. What an achievement. I finally lost half a kilogram. Another higher flyer is this mini golf champion, achieving his childhood aspiration of hitting a ball with a stick very good. It just goes to show to dream small. Makes you want to cry. Took me 5 years to lose it. Folks, a gang has sent me a threatening letter, telling me they mean business. It also smells amazing, so I'm gonna write back that I want to go into business with them. That way, all of Cat Town can experience the fear and delight that I experienced this morning. Have a nice day, and expect a letter. It wasn't the smartest purchase I've ever made, but just look at the design. Purple suede. I had to buy it. It makes me look rich, apart from the empty wallet part. I'm satisfied with my decision, which is why I'm going to invite all my friends out for lunch so they can pay. Can you read my poker face? No, you can't, due to the copious amounts of Botox I've had. In other news, a man has been caught counting cards at the casino. I'd like to remind everyone to play by the rules, as some of us can't count. A bystander is absolutely frustrated. We have a statement here. Wow, I wonder how exactly mad he is, as he's in fierce competition with all the other bystanders, missing yesterday's brawl in a local fast food restaurant. Not to worry though, as there's currently a gladiatorial battle going on over the last chicken nugget at the same fine fast food establishment. A nice little end to the story there. Beans are good for you, but not for your pocketbook and those around you, as we've seen prices shoot up as shown in this graph I drew. This man told us he's never seen anything like it, that he's running out of tins of baked beans, and that he might not make it to the weekend. Let's hope he's talking about the beans, or I might not be here next weekend. This was Cat News. Thank you. This society is failing our best people. Prisoners and wizards. Just look at the sadness in those eyes. Do you know whose fault that is? His. What did I do? Guys, I don't mean to be an alarmist, but technology needs to be stopped, because it's leaving me behind. Just look at the breakneck speed that I write this show, with this fancy new typewriter my mom gave me. Oh, I forgot to put my seatbelt on. Shoppers can't decide on these eye-popping deals. Now that's a deal. Remember people, the sales are on forever. So get down to. The sign has rotted off. Well, look for the building with people trampled outside, no doubt lamenting the sale of the last ambulance in the town, with the funds being used to pay for the mayor's vacation in the other nicer town. There's yet another natural disaster in the town. Hey, there's also a tornado heading right for the studio. This is serious. There could be tens of dollars of property damage, including the cameraman. I'm beginning to think I'm not valued here. You are valued. $5 to be exact. I should mourn for the studio on air for the ratings, but it'll probably end up looking better than it did before anyway. Stay safe everyone, and I'll see you in the tornado. It's not always that we get to reach 120. Personally, I want to go when I'm ready, which was 5 years ago, but I'm stuck doing this show, like a sort of limbo. It's my own personal torture. Anyway, enough of my fascinating life. A supercentenarian's birthday has come to an end, taking the home with it. They probably could have bought another house with the money they spent on all those candles. I guess you're never too old to learn a lesson in life. Don't celebrate anything. Folks, let's all congratulate Bob on getting over his deepest fear of spiders, which he's well acquainted with, since he apparently didn't get the memo that you can clean your house once in a while. He was given a present for all his progress. Well done, Bob. You earned it. Business is business. I learned that in business school, before I was kicked out, because I got the wrong building. That tip was for free. It's all you need to know, really. What wasn't for free was this awful product I bought from some salesman. He told me it would change my life, and it has, since I now feel like a moron. for buying it. People, stay away from the guy selling see-through pants. Half the cats in this town don't even canonically wear them. I've officially been bamboozled. And if you didn't guess, I'm wearing them right now. This rare bird is in danger of going extinct, because I'm about to... Sorry about that. We're all committed to preserving rare birds. Except this one. Seriously, it hasn't shut up for hours now, and now it goes quiet since we're on the air. I hate you, bird. We all know someone in a boring, soul-sucking job. Ourselves. But would you believe this office worker has dreams of being in a larger, greyer, more depressing office job? If he continues with these sorts of fantasies, mine is going to be at risk. And we all know I'm irreplaceable. Because no one wants this job. It turns out that therapy was a sham all along, as I feel better than I've ever felt before, except for that time I successfully petitioned to add another letter to the alphabet. It's pronounced... To be honest, I didn't really think it through. I was on my way to my session when some genius decided to pull out in front of me. I think it's fair to say I gave him a piece of my mind. And now he's the one in therapy. Vogue. I don't know what that means, but it's fashionable to say right now. A model has struck audiences with an inspiring pose. And it was amazing. Unlike last week, when I struck the same audience with my shoe. By accident. I'm sorry, Mrs. Pemberry. I'm not paying for your new teeth. I'll see you in court. How many kids are going to fall down sinkholes before we do something about it? The only thing students have learned is how underfunded our schools are, and that each day in school might be their last. Because there are truants who don't value an education. On second thought, maybe the holes are a stark reminder of how difficult life can be, and why you should stay in school. I've come around on this in the course of this segment. More sinkholes. Guys, I've had a bit of a stressful morning. Just look at the state of these eggs. Well, you can't, because I've ate them all. But let me tell you, to say they were overcooked would be the understatement of the century. And that's not in cat years. Thankfully, the bomb underneath the desk has another 24 hours. Phew! There's been a lot of chatter about real estate recently. Probably because I exclusively watch my Dream Home in the Sun reruns. I love that show. One day, I'll make it out of this basement, and into a nicer, sunnier, other basement. There's no windows in this one. In other news, a successful real estate agent has made his first sale. Congratulations. And now, he's going to be sleeping on my couch for a week, while he gets back on his feet. That wasn't a metaphor. He's that lazy. This was Cat News. Wondering why I said yes. I'm tired of my pictures ending up in the news. I was just simply enjoying myself on my vacation, which apparently is a crime now. And then I find out I'm being accused of being on my way to destroying a serene, unsuspecting city. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not 60 feet tall, as the pictures might have you believe. I've never been so insulted. I guess until I come back from my next vacation. And that one village destroyed itself. I was cleared in a court of law. Everyone loves cats, including me. Which is why we're all worried about the cats stuck in a tree. Thankfully, the firefighters are on the way to rescue the cat and the other firefighters now stuck in a tree. An update to this developing story. More firefighters are on the way. Don't worry folks, we're gonna save that cat. Even if it takes every firefighter in this town. To be or not to be? That's a question this actor can't ask himself. Because he's awful. He needs to pack it up and start thinking about a different career. Like hosting award shows and giving other better actors awards. Or he could host his own news show and act as distraught as I surely feel in the face of daily tragedy. Don't go to school. Quit. Don't try in school. It's all fake. Be like me and live adventurously on the road. That was the motivational speaker there talking to 4th graders, as the demotivational speaker was told to go home early. New species discovered 5 seconds after scientist finishes 7,000-page animal encyclopedia. Well, it was a good effort. I guess it's time to start again. Tourists are flocking to this 6,000-year-old door. Oh, hang on. It's the exit. I was in that queue for what felt like 6,000 years. And I'm finally home. My new book is flying off the shelves. Because it's 1 page. And I've been reliably informed that it's a page-turner. An entertaining talent show, as Fire Juggler insists the burning curtains are part of the act. And coincidentally, that was also his last performance. Monster underneath bed needs to pay rent or he's out the door next week. Get a real job. Okay, I drilled a hole in this wall. We can escape the wedding now. That's what I said to the groom. It was a beautiful service though. You can't deny that. This tennis pro's secret? He wets the bed. Wow, I've got to write that down. My limousine is finally here, and also has arrived at my destination. I know, pretty fancy, but I'm not walking all the way to the unemployment office. Speed camera not fast enough for my illegality. Remember, crime doesn't pay, which is true. I haven't paid a speeding ticket in years. I have diabetes. Thank you, thank you. You can stop clapping now. It's not an accomplishment, you know. It's a serious condition. Here comes the standing ovation. My new creations will take over the world after we park in this incredibly awkward parking spot. I mean, honestly, so inconsiderate. Who parks so close? And on the villain, clown interrupts emotional therapy session, then proceeds to get shoe stuck in door on the way out. They were at a breakthrough point in their therapy. He was opening up after 5 years. Just get out. Get out. How do I stay so young? I dip my head in this giant tub of cream each morning, and it's all mine. There's only enough room for my ego. Landmark decision, as egg and spoon race now recognized as an Olympic sport. It's about time. I've been waiting my entire life for this day. All I need now is a spoon. Weatherman one day before retirement gets lost in memories. And a hurricane. He was a terrible man, but an amazing weatherman, and no one can take that away from him. Except the hurricane, which he failed to notice. This restaurant is going to get shut down. Oh no, that rat is my best customer. That was a statement from the local chef there. People, we need to save this beloved restaurant. This town can't take another one closing down. Or you'll just be left with discos. You fight the dragon. I'll fight the blind guy with no legs. It's what I said to my fellow knight. We all start outfits off the internet. And I'd just like to say that we saved the town that day, thanks to my heroism. After drawing Excalibur from that stone, can you retrieve my butter knife for me? I've been trying to get that thing out for years. I've had to use my fork to spread my butter. It ruins it. Every time. Haven't had a good meal in ages. This is Cat News. Fashion police in pursuit of man who just left house with a bowl cut. and in triple denim. Let's hope they catch him quick, before he harms someone other than himself. 5,000-year-old mummy unearthed from tomb, just had the best sleep of his life. Wow, I wonder how he goes to toilet. Man in despair over living boring life, spared alien abduction. He'll continue to live a pointless life. Hey Jeff, tell that uninteresting anecdote again at the next dinner party. Man who applies for 10,000 jobs per day loves what he does. Now that's dedication. Why can't the rest of Cattown citizens have this kind of work ethic? This guy's keeping the entire economy afloat. This is a slow news day. Not anymore. That's the 4th time today. And now for the news. You'll never catch me! He was caught that afternoon. This was Cat News. Thank you. Bomb disposal operation disrupted by heroic civilian putting it in the trash. The bomb was disposed of that day, along with the building. Whimsical local character has to face facts that is just annoying. You're not in a movie anymore. You're just Dave. You work in middle management. Doctor recommends introducing new food groups to pie diet, like pastries and pizza. Thanks, Doctor. In other news, a health crisis overloading the system. But what's causing it? Diplomats solve centuries-long dispute through dance. Thankfully, it worked. I only had 3 hours of sleep that night. I didn't even do choreography. Calm down, everyone. You'll eat me last. Thank you for your sacrifice. It won't be in vain. Now, time to watch 18 hours straight of my favorite TV show. You wanted to go on vacation, so we brought the vacation to you. Wow, I wish I was there. What a lucky guy. Don't worry, I just passed my driving test. Wave to my angry instructor. I'm an amazing driver, is what I tell myself in the mirror each morning. Too bad the guy in the hospital doesn't believe me. Man with bawling cup brought in to cheer up depressed patients. If that won't do it, nothing will. Village that stinks of cheese, still struggling with tourism industry. This situation is only going to get worse. I meant the economy, not the smell. Is technology dangerous? Yes. Man held hostage by TV advertisement. Do you need insurance for your toaster? Are you sure you don't need insurance for your toaster? That's why I stopped watching TV. Heartwarming. Uncle reads to nephews and nieces. His utility bill he forgot to pay this month. Ah, you know, it's these little moments those kids will grow up and remember. I have many jobs. Emotionally distant therapist, absentee lifeguard, and bean salesman. And nothing is going to stop me from achieving my dreams. Of yet more jobs I'm bad at. Is anyone interested in a bee? Man gives to charity. Words of encouragement. You can do it. I believe in you. Wow, the world is certainly a better place after that. I can just feel it. Like I can feel the money I still have left in my wallet. Finance Wiz does cool tricks with coin he borrowed from you. This is a PSA. Finance Wiz, if you're still out there, please return the coin I gave you. I need it. Nation enters Great Depression after just coming out of not too bad depression. I think things are getting better. You just need to look outside your window. If you have any. This is going to be truly a great year. It says so in the title. Hello, and welcome to Cat News. I'll be your host for tonight. It's what I said to my empty dining room. First up, every noise in the world spontaneously occurs outside window, as man sits down to relax with what little free time he has. Every single time I get home from my long walk from work, I try to relax. I try to have a little moment for myself after all the effort I put in to keeping a roof over my head. And they just have to make a noise. I just want some time alone. Like that time I got stuck in my suitcase while packing for my vacation. Maybe someday. But for now, I'm gonna practice the techniques my therapist taught me. Go away! Luckily my problems have almost been solved. I'm 30 days away from my jail sentence. Moving on to the next story. Harsh winds blow away weatherman we've been trying to fire for years. Finally, we've been trying to get rid of that guy for ages. But he had incriminating info on me. I am not a liar. I was telling the truth when I said I wanted him fired. And thankfully, Mother Nature heard me. Hopefully he lands on his feet, in a better place. Like the ocean. Yes, I'm bitter. It's permanent marker. Okay, sorry. I'll be the better person. Safe travels. You will be missed. As in they won't find you. And now for our final story. Mayor caught with hand in a vending machine. His official statement. Look, I want to be honest with all of you. This is yet another scandal the mayor has been caught in. Like when he got caught in those jeans that were clearly 2 sizes too small for him. Thank you again to the emergency services on getting him out that day. Not all heroes wear capes. They certainly don't wear jeans. Anyway, will the mayor come back from this? Yes. Just once I wish we had an upstanding moral candidate. But I'm too busy hosting Cat News. This is the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. And that wasn't meant for my stalker. Hello, and welcome to Cat News. The best in the business, since this is our competition. Our first story. Growing definitely organic protests to give me a raise. Wow, I don't believe it. Just look at the size of those crowds. Yes, there's a real groundswell of support to give yours truly a raise. No one saw this coming, including the old woman who didn't see one of the protesters crossing the street. Luckily, she's okay, but a little shocked. And who wouldn't be? Just look at the support I have. In fact, she joined in herself, along with the paramedics. The people have spoken. Give me my $5. An important update. I didn't get the raise, but I did get a complimentary handshake. I'll take it. Moving on to our second story. Grey, dull skies today are ideal for complaining, being miserable, wondering why you moved here, and closing your eyes and imagining you were anywhere else right now. Oh, right. I recommend you just don't look outside today. Stay inside instead and brush the dust off some old family photos and have an existential crisis that you weren't in any of them. Until I blew off more of the dust. Phew! That was a close one. That vase nearly hit me. Have a lovely day. Someone has to. Thank you, new cat weatherman. You're already better than the last one. And now for our final story of today. Party just getting started. 1 minute in. To say this was the best party I've ever been to would be an understatement. It'd also be an overstatement. as it's the only party I've ever been to. And let me just say, it gets a thumbs up from me. You should have seen the crowds, but they didn't turn up, so it was just me and my new friend, whose name is still a mystery to me. It got so out of control that the neighbour shouted to turn it down. It turns out though that she was shouting at her husband, testing his new lawnmower out on the bedroom carpet. And by the sounds of it, it works. You're all invited to the next party. That'll be a night I'll always remember, because it's indiscernible from every other night, when you're a party animal like me. This is the end of tonight's show. Thank you for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a bedroom carpet to mow. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. I just witnessed a robbery when I was at the store. I'm a little shook up. I also have something to eat tonight. Coming up, our first story. Do ducks even like bread? It's a question dominating the national discourse. That and my fashion faux pas yesterday. So we sent out one of our reporters to answer it ourselves. I think we can conclusively answer this question. Now, how do I get home? Thank you, me. Great reporting. That's the kind of investigative reporting that used to be common in this country. But now, all that everyone cares about is fluff. Like the asteroid headed for the planet right now. Now for the weather. It's raining. The 38th disco has been opened in Cat Town. Another example of the economy getting better around here. In fact, it almost makes you want to dance. And you've got ample opportunity to. We now go to an esteemed economist to tell us why a 38th disco is a good idea. I don't know about you, but I'm convinced. Now, I think I'm gonna bust some moves on the dance floor. And some limbs. But which one to go to? I'm spoiled for choice. This is the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. Now to put on my aging leotard I should have threw out years ago and go dancing. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. I'd like to say that I had a nice time at the disco last night, but I sprained my foot on my way out the door. That's what I deserve for getting ideas about injecting a bit of fun into my life. Back to the misery. Our first story. The new game show, The Ball, has been cancelled after the ball crushed a contestant. An investigation is taking place right now to figure out how such an oversight could happen. We go to our underground reporter, Rob. Hello, I'm here at the scene of the accident. That words can't describe, so I'll say this. In the age of declining TV viewership, TV executives are really pushing the boundaries of their creativity right now. Much like I'll be pushing the boundaries of my waistband this weekend. We'll keep you updated on the results, and we'll also tell you what happened here. I'm gonna miss this show. Thank you, Rob. What a sad incident. Stay tuned, because a new replacement show is coming soon, called The Cube. Wow, I can't believe TV executives would put people in such danger. That said, I can't wait for The Cube. Now, for the weather. I've just had the most amazing sunbathing session of my life. I also can't move. If you hadn't guessed by now, it's sunny. That's it for me. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll just be standing here all night. My macaroni painting auctions for $100 million and kicks off another renaissance. I knew I always had it. 3 bags of macaroni in my cupboard. I think this is my favourite moment of my life, next to having my first drink of milk. I'd also like to take credit for starting another renaissance, but I can't, because I don't have a name still, after 2 years of doing this, so I guess my talents will be lost to time, along with my macaroni. Who said you won't get anywhere making art? My art teacher. This is the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Now I'm off to go apply to be a contestant on the Cube. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. It's going to be a short one today, as I'm feeling under the weather, and not just literally. Our first story. Circus workers just want some dignity. They work hard to entertain us, and just want a little respect. It doesn't help that they keep getting pies in their faces in the middle of their speeches. Let's hope that people listen after they've had their turn. Hey, I'm next. Now for the weather. Hello, I'm still here. It's nice to have the lights back on. But now for tomorrow's forecast. It's gonna rain. Someday. I don't know when, but it will. Do you want to win an all-paid vacation on a cruise? Yeah, well, so do I. But we can offer some complimentary pictures we found of people enjoying their cruise. Look how much fun they're having. Don't say we never do anything for you. I think I'm homesick, as in my home makes me sick. This is the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. And remember folks, to form an orderly line. Everyone will get their turn to throw a pie. We're not animals. This is Cat News, and welcome is what I wish I heard when I knocked on an old friend's door last night. He's 95. It turns out I'm being accused of forgetting the other 94 birthdays. In my defense, it's my lawyer. I'll see you in court. Lawyer wins his first case as a consolation prize for losing his first court case. Keep your head up. We all lose sometimes. Just look at me. I lose all the time. I just wish my burgeoning career as a motivational speaker wasn't ended early, when I talked myself out of it in the mirror. I'm back, and I'm feeling better, as in I can now feel again, and my limbs are back to their former selves, aching with arthritis. I think I preferred being burnt. Anyway, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, so I'm crossing my fingers. Ow! My new dancing routine is sweeping the nation, across an unknown amount of living rooms right now. Keep going, Jeff. It's a slow news day. Who knows how far this craze will go, and how many more seconds of time it can fill. I think that'll do. You can sit down now, Jeff. This was Cat News. Only the most serious and important reporting. Good night. Hello, and welcome to Cat News. I've just got back from giving people free haircuts, because they weren't good enough to charge. Out for a story. Guy protecting nuclear button, just happy to have a job. With everyone being so serious all the time, it's good to step back and appreciate the little things, like having a job. Steve tells us that he hasn't even pressed it once. Wow, I can sleep tonight. Thank you, Steve. To call you a hero would be an understatement. I'm back from my vacation. 10 minutes in the corner before I have to come back and report the weather tirelessly. Tomorrow, it's gonna rain. I can't wait for my next vacation. Take this beautiful flower I just picked from your garden. That was the final defense before this local man was sent to prison. And I have to say, it'd work on me. But the system is just too corrupt. How could we put someone so charming behind bars? I weep for this nation. And on that sad note, this is the end of today's show. Join me as I smell my rose in forlorn mourning of society. Cat stares at massive hole in the ceiling all night, wondering where it all went wrong. 80-year-old man reflects on life sitting in chair for 80 years. One can only wonder of the wisdom he's accumulated. New trendy cosmetic surgery changes lives. After a surgeon flees country to live new life. I will say, I feel more confidence in myself to make terrible decisions. Study says watching TV all day is great. More people should do it. Well, there you go, folks. Science approved. Man's plans for tonight ruined after being inconvenienced by terrorists asking to give to charity. Who do these people think they are? I'll donate my fist to your face. Plans to go to space by 2030. Delayed by lack of ambition. We reached out for a comment from the spaceman, but they weren't there. Turns out it was a nightclub. Guy who invented a jetpack selfishly takes it with him in freak accident. It was unbelievable. I witnessed it. And then I believed it. He could have told us how he made it first. Intense poker game ruined by not having anyone to play with. I invited everyone I knew, which is myself, in a mirror. Well, at least I won $20. Evil villains' takeover plans abandoned after town considered not worth it. Hey, we are worth it. Come back. You might not have stole anything valuable, but you stole our self-esteem. Life savings amounting to $1 found in priceless vase. Wow. You can go on a cruise with that sort of money. Illegally, by climbing into a suitcase. Office workers standing by the water machine for 5 hours insist he's dedicated to the job. And you know what? I believe him. I wish we had a water machine. All we have is some guy who hands us water. But man joins protest, advocating for news anchor to be fired. Hopefully, he steps down. I've never felt so impassioned about an issue in my life since the earlier protest I joined that day against socks and sandals as a fashion choice. Shadow boxing champion defeated by hernia. We all knew this day was coming. My anniversary of being released from prison, and also the defeat of the reigning shadow boxing champion. Jeff, let's look at a montage of his illustrious athletic career. What an impact he had. False emergency as ambulance called to man doing workout in living room. Luckily, he was okay. Unluckily, he's a terrible dancer. For everyone's sake, please close your curtains, so I don't have to close my eyes. Welcome to Cat News. 10-year mystery that baffled Inspector. Solved by locals. Yes, it's the case of a stolen TV. 10 years, Ian has been looking for it. You have to ask yourself, who could have done this? And why didn't he buy a new one by now? But let's not ask any more questions. Is what the inspector said, apparently. But let's look on the bright side. Ian can now watch Cat News. What a lucky guy. The mayor has commissioned a new bridge for unknown reasons. People are talking around the town. Me. And I wonder why the mayor would choose to do this. And why now? Surely it's because he plans to bring in business. After the store that sells left-footed shoes shut down recently. Which was awful news. Especially since it just came off the back of the store that sells right-footed shoes, shutting down. Where am I gonna buy shoes now? Some are speculating that he's doing this to escape the town, once and for all. And I'm not gonna entertain that thought, because it'd break me. He's done so much for us. Sorry, I need some time alone. And lastly, someone has parked in my parking space. Who would do such a thing? I mean, seriously, we've descended into chaos. Unbelievable. It's a good job I don't have a car. This was Cat News. Thank you. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. The new neighborhood watch is making me uncomfortable. But I can't complain. There hasn't been a crime since they formed. And it's great getting to sleep soundly again at night. The blackout is finally over. That's better. What a terrible week that was. Today's weather? Rain. So be sure to stay inside and think about what you could have been doing. Therapist's controversial interview technique deemed okay by therapy regulator. Snap out of it. It's been called inappropriate. Asking people about their childhood. Yes, it can be difficult, but the therapy regulator says it's essential to get to the bottom of trauma. Well, it's good to have that cleared up. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. This was Cat News. I think my face is swelling, but at least I don't have trauma anymore. Hi, and welcome to Cat News. Chaotic, tragic, unbelievable. Those are just some of the words I'd use to describe this food from the work cafeteria. Look at it. Tastes like concrete. Today's story. There's a traffic jam on the main road that's causing untold mayhem. We go live now with our reporter, while I play Russian roulette with whatever this is. Hi, you are watching me. Yes, we're all going somewhere. Like me, leaving work 1 hour into my shift. And these intrepid commuters. It's the immovable object versus the unstoppable force. Not unlike my desire to go home and this story. Who knows how this could be resolved? Stay tuned. Someone else will keep you updated. Back to the studio. Thank you, whoever you are. You always were our best reporter. That's the end of that story. Let's hope the cafeteria meals get better. Hi, this is Cat Weather. Today we're gonna go over some rules to keep me safe this summer. I prepared some slides. Let's begin. Bees. Awful things. Mosquitoes. Awful. Nature in general. Just stay away from it. Moving on. Enjoying yourself. Don't set up expectations you can't keep. And finally, denim. Wear or tear? That was a trick question. Burn it. Hello. This is Cat News. Dieting. Is it worth it? That's what we're asking today. We've all been there. Blowing out the scales we just bought the day before. Thinking to ourselves how many chips we could have purchased with that money. But there's some bold new thought out there that's sending waves across the nation. What if we didn't diet? I just heard some minds blow out there. And some scales. How far could this go? Surely, it's irresponsible, is what I was asking myself last night when I was creating this monstrous sandwich. And to answer the question, it was amazing. That's it for today's topic. I'll see you in the kitchen. Then the doctor's office. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And sandwich. I know I will. Hello. This is Cat Weather. It's gonna be sunny today. I wish there was a drum roll there. It'd make things more exciting. But my producer has informed me that this isn't entertainment. To which I say, good point. And secondly, I can't believe you'd say that. So there you have it. If you're not doing cartwheels and joy right now, blame my producer. I'm about to do something fun, like turn the lights off and on. I'm having the time of my life. Hi, this is Cat News, and I'm having an identity crisis. More on that later. There's a sale on at the local mall this week, and crowds are practically knocking down the doors. Amidst all the excitement of buying a new ironing board, we need to think about consumerism. Is it bad? Is it good? Well, today we're gonna find out, as we've sent our amazing deals reporter to cover the story. Coming up in the next segment. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. You just caught me putting my hair down on this relaxing summer day. It's going to be very hot today if you wear a sweater, so I recommend you didn't. And be sure to have a nice swim. Not in the Atlantic Ocean though. I'm not being sued again. Thank you for not suing. Hi, it's me, Derek, and I still have this job for some reason. Today we're talking about consumerism, and we're not just talking about it. We're shouting about it, because it's wrong. No one needs a rotisserie chicken. You're not Henry VIII. Actually, they might need that. People should be spending more time with their families. And I don't mean shopping together. Go share some stories around the fire, while you roast a rotisserie chicken you bought earlier, in your lesser moments. We've fallen so far as a nation. It makes me sick. Back to the studio. I'm right there with you, Derek. I'll see you in aisle 5. Join us next time on Cat News. I should have bought a new chair. I've been standing for 2 years now. Man who said TV hasn't been entertaining in decades finally turns on TV. I wonder if he'll change his mind. Coming up in the next segment, the TV industry has collapsed after a long, painful decline. Stay tuned. Please, I'm begging you. I'm speaking to you right now. Man relives childhood getting stuck in water slide. We've got an update and it looks like he's going to be stuck in there for a further 2 days, as one of the firemen has ate the emergency butter. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. I've got good news, and I've got bad news. The bad news is that a tornado's coming, so put your belonging under the table, as demonstrated. An image there as an example. Okay, now for the good news. I'm about to take the bus out of town. So I'll see you when the tornado's over. Thanks for watching. A new study has been released that's calculated that 1 billion hours of life have been wasted over the last 10 years on the phone to customer support. And that's just for one person. And our final story. My toast is ready. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. Bad news. The sun is back. I thought we'd gotten rid of it. It's a good job I'm prepared. I bought some extra sun cream today. Be sure to stay safe out there and avoid that shady bridge. You never know who might be under there. Like me, sleeping. I'll see you tomorrow. Struggling airline downsizers to piggyback rides. That was the best service I've ever gotten, and it only cost $100 and someone's dignity. Yes, the economy is slowing down, just like the guy giving me a piggyback ride last night, 11 hours into the journey. We'll be sure to keep you updated on the job market and my rides back. Thank you. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. I just got back from a therapy session. He told me to stop talking so much about my problems. Can you believe that? I know. I couldn't either. You'd think they'd be more considerate. Anyway, then I went in to see my therapist. Now for today's weather. It's gonna rain. Thank you. Town celebrates 10th anniversary of day tourists visited by accident. Wow. Has it been that long? I remember it like it was yesterday. You had to be there. Then we'd be celebrating 2 people. But the town was alive. And the atmosphere was electric, as a telephone pole had fallen over earlier in the day. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back now to stare at the photo we had taken. Thanks for watching. Overweight man successfully completes workout DVD. He then turned it off and carried on eating. An inspiration to us all. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. I need a vacation. All I do is talk about the weather. I have a personality too, you know. I have talents. I haven't discovered them yet, but it's in there, inside of me. Like my kidney stones. Anyway, it's gonna be sunny today. I'm enjoying this peaceful picnic as this swarm of wasps stings my head. There I am, having fun. You can see the joy there in my eyes. Oh, no, that's swelling. Going out to the park really helps you to appreciate nature. All those amazing creatures that mercilessly assault you when you're just minding your business. This show was sponsored by the Bug Preservation Society. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. Picture this. You're on a beach. You're relaxing. You're doing what your therapist told you to do. So why is he interrupting my daydream? I don't care if we're in the middle of a session. I'm trying to take some time for myself, like he told me to. They say they're there to help. Yeah, help ruin your daydream. Anyway, it's raining today. Vague scientist warns technology could change the future. Technology has been in the news recently. I wouldn't know since I get all my news from the fax machine, but a scientist is warning us all that it could change the future. He didn't elaborate on that, but he seemed confident, so it's best to take it on board. And that's just what we're doing. Government officials are now passing legislation to safeguard us from the scary prediction. Thankfully we have scientists like this to tell us what is going on. Hi, and welcome to Cat Weather. Don't take my word for it, but I think it's sunny. You may have noticed by the fact I'm drenched in sweat. In fact, it's so hot, I think that's the real sun. Why is it so hot in here? Seriously. Hi, I'm finally back from the Sahara Desert. Thankfully, the rescue team got there in time. That man has seen better days. What a vacation. Anyway, welcome to Cat News. We're back and better than ever. Which was never. Our main story today: automation. This self-checkout has taken untold jobs. Unbelievable. It's also created untold jobs, as customers inevitably ask for assistance. After the damn thing won't scan the last minute guilty wine bottle purchase, we now go live to a disgruntled customer. I don't get it. It scanned all the whiskey bottles correctly. Technology is scary, which is why I scream every time the toast pops out of the toaster. I'm terrorized in my own home. Thank you, and good night. I'm glad to be back. It's like I was never gone, as there's never any drinks in the fridge.